Oh well. I guess we'll try it.
First one to laugh. What's going on, everybody? Cali Death Podcast back once again, episode 73. Very light right now. It's only just one resident homie and myself. I am Anthony. I got my resident homie, one of my bros, my big fucking longtime bro, Casey Howard with me.
Where's everybody, dude?
I know we're fucking lost in the void,
on?
dude. We lost some people along the way, dude. No, but
Anthony and I decided to fire Joel and Joseph.
They want to go to too many concerts, dude.
Yeah, we decided to move on, just the two of us, and no, just kidding. They're at concerts.
Mm-hmm.
Where are they at? Let's start.
Joel's at Opeth, right? Or no, not Opeth. Leprous.
He's at Leprous.
Yeah, and then
who else is at that show?
I'm sure Trevor went with him. I don't know if Carrie went to that, but possibly. I mean, it sounds like that's that's all their jam, right?
Oh yeah, we should probably tell people Sean's coming on in a second.
Oh yeah, Sean. A little late to the game.
Computer. He's like restarting some stuff, but he's going to be on in a minute.
This is what happens when you do it live every time, though. You know,
it's going to be on time. So,
but yeah, dude, we're missing the professor Joseph. I actually saw him today. He came up from Santa Cruz, got himself 4 new tires at my shop.
Nice.
Aligned that shit. That shit's going straight. So he left to San Jose, and then he hooked up with the Ominous boys.
Oh, that's
They're
right.
hanging out, yeah. And I think they're going to Defeated's tonight, right?
Yeah. So Joseph the Professor is playing drums in Ominous Ruin, right?
Or he's jamming with them, and yeah, we'll see how that.
Is he doing like shows with them?
Right? I think that's what it is, but I don't really know if it's announced or anything yet. You guys are getting hot tip first. But yeah, either way, Joseph's they got some things coming up soon, so Joseph's gonna be possibly doing that with him. So you guys want to see Ominous, which is fucking, they've been on. Alex has been on he's been on 2 episodes now, right?
Yeah,
I think it was 2, definitely, including the album review one, right? Or did he even hang out from? No, I think that was the only 2.
Yeah, dude, Alex, we did the album review episode with Dennis. Also,
nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
Right. By the way, I'm sipping on a brewski that the professor handed me physically today. So thank you, Professor. This is delicious. Fucking mango bomb. Full Circle Brewery Company. Go check it out.
Nice.
What do we got? We got I can't pronounce your name. Vaquero already wants me to talk about David Lynch.
Well, hey, got some time while Sean's getting his computer restarted here.
I actually, there is a rumor that Lynch is working on a new show. It was actually being hinted at in the pandemic, and it's under the alias of Wisteria, which I guess is some weird plant or some shit like that. But it's supposed to be like double the episodes of The Return, which is fucking crazy because that's an 18-hour movie cut up into like 18 sections, Yeah. So doubling that, I'm like, this guy's fucking going crazy at it. Well, maybe like you think about it, like if you're a constant creator and you're doing shit every day for like so many years, like death is, just around the corner. Not just around the corner. He's in his 70s and he's still cruising. But I'm saying, like, maybe as somebody who creates their whole entire life, they really start trying to fucking make a bunch of shit right at the end, And once you get closer, you make more stuff. Kind of like being sucked into the singularity.
Like Ridley Scott, dude.
Yeah, dude. Raised by Wolves, dude. Casey turned me on to that show. I just finished season 1. Sick show, guys. You guys definitely should check it out if you don't know what's up. HBO Max, Ridley Scott, Future. There's androids. There's crazy shit, dude. But it's the way I'm pitching it right now probably isn't the best, but it's deep, intertwining stories and there's lots of Easter eggs that if you really pay attention, you'll realize there's some deeper shit going on in this show. So you're like the one that got so fascinated by it and turned it on to me. Like, so what about it like pulled you in? Obviously Ridley Scott is number one. That's going to bring you to the table right away.
Yeah, man. I think it's just like the mix of themes in it, like all the shit, like just like the like futuristic shit with like old ancient kind of like shit, or like like relating to old stuff, like old. I don't know. It's just like it's super epic, and then of course like all the like I don't know. It's like a lot of shows like that, like are like done and it's super cheesy and stuff, like space shows or future kind of stuff and everything,
right.
But like with that one, I think it's like. It's pretty sick, I think.
Well,
some people might think it's cheesy, but I think it's great.
No, dude, I actually, I can sense cheese, but at times there's cheese that I do enjoy watching. But like the cheese that you're talking about, I don't see that in that show. I think there's enough going on, and there's enough depth in the story that, and there's pretty good fucking actors on that show too. Like, you definitely believe. Whoever plays Marcus, that dude, he's always crazy looking, dude. I wonder if he looks like that in real life. Like, like, is he just waking up eating his cereal, just like staring off into the darkness maniacally?
I watched this like thing with David the other night where it's like them like in real life, like doing like, well, there's a couple different things with like interviews and stuff like that, but there's like this like, full on like Zoom call thing with all of them on it, and they're all like looking all nice and all like you're like, oh my god, it's so weird. Like Mother, and she's like Danish, I think, and then
okay,
and then like that guy Father in the show, he makes video games and shit.
Whoa,
like designs
like actual, in real, oh shit,
yeah, it's weird, it's crazy. But
yeah, that's wild. It's you would think that like people who are actors and actresses and all that stuff wouldn't have like a bunch of side hustles like that, but I mean, maybe you could be coming from that world and end up realizing that you can act pretty good and get a gig like that, dude, because he sells Father. That's his character's name, Father.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, dude, it's a cool show that I think that most people would be into if you're into sci-fi and gore and actual. There's like some real like human like parallels in what's going on with all the characters and stuff too, even though it's in the future. You can still relate to it in your current life.
Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely, yeah. So yeah, guys, we're just hanging out. What's up? We got Cali Death, what up?
What up, Works of Heart? What up?
So Sean's popping in here in a second. He is like restarting his computer. We're just getting going, just kind of warming up the whole live thing here. Joel and Joseph are at shows tonight, and did we say Joseph's at Defeated Sanity?
Yeah, we went through all that.
Okay, yep. Cool, yeah. So they might chime in and say what up. We're trying to get him.
That'd be cool to see him in the chat for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Or on the phone. I mean, like through the
call. Oh, nice. You can call into these too?
Yeah. So, if it works. I think there was an issue with the sound, but he was talking to Lily and like they were gonna come on and say what up and stuff.
That's sick, dude.
So we shall see. So we got some just random stuff going on tonight. We're just hanging out. We're gonna be interviewing Sean about the whole Decrepit Birth and Muldrotha. How do you say that? Muldrotha? How do you say
something
that?
Like that? I say Muldrotha, something like that.
I guess we'll have to wait for him to talk about that. But
totally, I listened to it. It's fucking brutal and fast, dude. If you're down with brutal and fast, you're definitely gonna be down with that.
Nice.
I told Joseph that this earlier. Oh, sick. Yeah, of course they killed it, dude.
Let's talk about that first, and we'll talk about Defeated Sanity.
Yeah,
so you're talking about Muldrotha.
Yeah, so I peeped it, and not everything that they've put out, but I listened to a few tracks and definitely gave me a lot of later like cattle vibes where it's just really, really fucking fast and
really
brutal when it gets brutal. So
yeah.
I mean, it's not like a cattle clone. I'm just saying, like, whatever frequency cattle's on, like, this band is cruising in that frequency too.
Cool, sick.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
But yeah, and I know it's funny, like, we didn't plan for this to happen, but Casey and I talk like is multiple times a week, so this really isn't anything different for us. We're just now putting it out there for you guys, but you guys are actually seeing behind the scenes of what happens when you constantly do a live thing. Like, with how long we've been doing this show, what is it, a year and a half now almost. We've been super lucky with how things have like unfolded for us, you know, whether it be, you know, reschedulings or other shit that gets in the way. Like, something ends up falling into place, either, you know, saving us or even being better than the original situation. So it's like, we're super blessed with this thing and we're having so much fun, and we're so glad you guys are with us still. You know, the subscribers keep growing, people are talking about it. We're finally going to have some merch for you guys. I know I keep fucking saying that for a long time, but we're really working on that. So you guys are going to be seeing some cool stuff from us soon. We just officially became Twitch affiliates. I don't even know how that works, but now, you know, other things can happen with the show. And yeah, a lot of ideas, a lot of, you know, when Casey and I talk, or even when all of us talk, it's just constantly wanting to like expand the show, and we're just super stoked on the show, and we love doing it. And yeah, so that's why we're still, Casey and I are still making this happen this week for you guys too, because we like the consistency. You know, it's just, no matter what, we want to give you guys something. So, you know, unfortunately Sean couldn't make it right on time, but eventually we'll get him. And you know, when Joseph, or if Joseph chimes in, we'll get some other people to talk to for a little bit too. But either way, like I said, we're here and we're going to be hanging out. So yeah, dude. What else do we got? Yeah, dude.
That was a great speech, Anthony. Thank you.
Yeah, dude.
That was good.
I thought another comment popped up, another question or something, but it'd be cool to meet this guy, Sean. I've never met him before, you know, and anybody who's in the Decrepit fam is always, you know, there's the multiple steps of meeting a human and getting to know them. Like, he's already skipped a couple steps with me because he's, you know, homies with the homies. So obviously I think that I'm gonna have a good time with this guy tonight. If Matt's down, then I got to be down. You know.
No, Sean's awesome. Yeah, and I was talking to Matt too tonight from Decrepit. You know, and yeah, dude, I was like, oh, you should come on, say what up and stuff. But he's working tonight and stuff, so he might pop in actually. So
Matt,
we might have Matt Satella coming in, say what up.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude. Oh, we can talk about future guests. I'd love to. But yeah, I love that comment, dude. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it's gonna be a fun show tonight. We're just kind of getting gotta, you know, rev these engines up a little bit here. We got to get this bike, you know, kind of warmed up. And speaking of which, I went for a nice long scooter ride today.
Nice.
It was great. I rode the motorcycle yesterday and then the scooter today. It's all like super nice out. And
so the scooter's
like even more fun. It's crazy. Like I just t-shirt and just, it's so fun.
So it's like a electric scooter?
No, I wish. That'd be sick.
Okay.
No, it's a Honda, you know, PX 150 or something like that.
Oh, is it like a Vespa type deal, or?
No, it's like a Honda, but like it was like a 2014 or something like that. So it's pretty modern. But it's just a Honda scooter. Like it gets like insane gas mileage. So riding to like my parents or the office that we go to or whatever, I'm kind of trying to save obviously on gas, you know. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, and it's getting nicer out and it's warmer, so I'm like zipping around. Oh, I think we got Sean trying to get on here. That's awesome. What up,
dude? That's sick. Yeah. What's gas like right now in San Diego? What's the price?
Oh, I don't even. It's just crazy. I filled up my tank. It was like $75. I was like, okay.
What kind of car do you drive?
Normally it's like 50, you know, or something.
Which car?
I got a, you know, Ford. You haven't seen my car. You haven't serviced my car because I've never been up there. Anthony serviced Joseph's car today, and Anthony used to service my old Camry. But yeah, no, it's a Ford Escape.
Oh yeah.
Black.
Escapes are cool.
Yeah, it's sick. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and add and see if he's maybe we'll.
Yo. Can
Oh,
you hear me?
yeah, we can hear you, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
What's going on,
wow.
dude?
We hear
My
you.
camera just shut off again on me.
It's
I'm
okay.
so sorry. I'm
No, you're
using
fine,
like the
dude.
cheapest crap.
No worries, bro. We're just cruising.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good, dude.
Doing good.
We got no video of him though.
Yeah,
Oh,
not yet. I'm sorry. My phone
Oh, it's all good.
just shut off on me. I'm like using the most ghetto setup right now because I have no money.
It's all good, dude. We're just
Hey, dude. Thanks for making it work, dude.
we're here for the long
Trying.
haul, man.
Trying. How's everything going with you guys?
Good, dude. We're just hanging out, talking about scooters and motorcycles.
Yeah, we had a little
Dude,
scooter chat.
I've been on the electric bicycle kick lately.
That's what I see a lot now, dude, is people cruising those around.
You know what? Because like, if you have pedals on it and just an electric motor, it's basically a bicycle. So you don't need like a driver's license or insurance or registration or anything. And some of them do like 50 miles an hour and last like 40 miles. So
Sick.
it's like, what's the point of having a car or a motorcycle when you don't have to deal with that, any of it?
Yeah, dude. Any kind of incline, you're just like, boom, hit the motor, fucking cruising up that, dude. I'm not gonna pedal up that. Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy. I like to go on the beach a lot on Long Island and stuff. So, and I go fishing a lot. So I definitely have been interested in trying to buy something.
Are you
Nice.
fishing off the shore? Or are
Yeah,
you getting
off
in
the
the boat?
shore, off a boat, off a dock, wherever the fish are biting.
So what's it like fishing? Are you, with like seasickness? Have you just got used to it being out on smaller boats and shit?
I grew up on an island, so basically you're not allowed to have seasickness.
That makes sense, dude.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
I can handle it, but I haven't really been in like a super small boat on the ocean. I've been on like booze cruises and no, not even like little like fucking boats you can rent that'll only fit like 15 people, and it's like a cocktail night type deal. But it's still, there's plenty of movement in that small boat too. I don't know how I can handle being like like guys who go out there and it's just like, hey, dude, we're out here. There's no going back.
Yeah, you're there for a whole day.
It's gonna be all day, dude. So if you're having a issue now, it's gonna be all day for you.
Yeah, man. That's kind of how we are out here. We definitely like we go fishing usually early in the morning, and we don't come home till later on at night.
For me, it was river fishing, dude, because we have had a family house right out, literally walking distance from the Russian River up in Sonoma County, and so I'd be in waders waist deep in the river, just practicing fly fishing and shit like that. I like that feeling, dude. Like just being planted and just feeling the river flowing.
Dude, fly fishing is sick.
It's so hard, dude. It's so hard. I literally was trying to show my 6-year-old fly fishing last night. I was showing him some crazy like trick cast videos and shit, and you're like, how the fuck did they do that, dude? Because really, with fly fishing, especially with like moving water, what you're trying to do is duplicate what kind of fly they'd see floating on the river, down the river, but the fish has to see it naturally floating down the river like a fly would. So you got to find a fly that looks like the flies they're flying that day. You got to make it be just like a fly that landed on the surface, and that's called dry fly. Wet fly is something different. Wet fly is duplicating the growth of the larva to a fly. So you're duplicating so the eggs are they hatch at the bottom of the river, and from hatching to getting up to the surface, there is actually a metamorphosis that happens, dude. So the bait is actually trying to mimic various stages of that metamorphosis of the fly getting to the surface and then getting its wings dry and able to fly away. So that shit is just so way out there. And then the guys who tie all their shit, you're just like, oh man, that's so much time and effort and brain power.
So I do like a lot of saltwater fishing, like in the bays and stuff out in Long Island and off the shores. And then like, there's definitely there's a big community out here for that, and there's also, like you said, like a big fly fishing community that's just like insane, so technical, and like I have never tried fly fishing yet, but I've definitely caught a lot of really sick like striped bass and bluefish and fluke and all kinds of other species of fish on off of Long Island and near like New York City and the Hudson and stuff like that. It's a different kind of game basically, but like you said, you have to know like what colors and what species is being eaten, like as far as bait goes and stuff, and trying to mimic that. It's a big game. Like
I think it's 12%. I think the average is 12% catching a fish on the fly. That's that's your chances, is like, well, yeah, dude.
No,
dude,
just go live
Joel, I just popped into the chat real quick for the Cali Death Boys. Steve DiGiorgio's fucking at the show with Joel, dude.
Oh, nice.
Obviously not with Joel, but he's met him there.
I hope he gives him a hug.
That would be awesome,
a picture, because
I'll be so jealous.
I have never met Steve in person, and I would love to. He seems like
no, after the amount of time
individual,
we got to spend with him,
talking to him for 4 hours.
He made me definitely want to hang out with him, no doubt. So if I ever catch him at a show, that'd be super sick. I'll buy him as much. What does he drink? He was a whiskey drinker or something, right?
I think so.
Yeah, dude.
So dude, we're back in action.
Back in, dude.
Just hanging. We're just kind of trying to get this party going. We're not going to give up. We had a little bumpy start, but we're not giving up. We're going to figure this out, dude. Run for the long haul. It's cool.
We're here for the Sean Martinez story, dude.
Yeah. So Sean is resetting his microphone because he wants to sound all juicy.
Yeah.
So
microphone issues, dude. I hate them. I hate them so much.
Well, it's technology, dude. You gotta be patient, dude.
That tech, dude.
Yeah. But I think we're at a good we actually figured out some settings we didn't even know that. So now it's actually better. I think that somehow it was streaming at 1080 and it was like too much for everyone in this connection.
I've never even gone.
I didn't realize it went to that.
I've never changed that. So I've been doing it at standard definition ever since we were on Twitch.
Okay, now we're good.
Welcome.
And we can help him
back.
There he is.
All right. Now that I've figured out what the hell I'm doing over here, my camera is going to be laggy, just to let you guys know. It's just the way it is right now. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
It's okay. Yeah.
As long as you hear us in real time and we hear you.
I hear you guys loud and clear.
We had some funny stuff with Alan, drummer of Black Dahlia. I don't know if you follow this show, but there's one of our clips. It's only like 5 minutes long. He had a video freeze up situation that was so fucking funny, dude. Go back and what was was it the last episode?
Dude, sick. We're probably gonna get a bunch of those out of me. Like I'll move the mic over, so if I make a stupid face, we got this.
Yeah. If you notice it freezing really bad, just make some crazy faces and I'll. There you go. Yeah, nice.
That's it. It.
Actually, that's pretty good.
Right? It lags just right.
Yeah,
like a meme. But at least my audio is pretty clear, right? It's not bad.
Yeah, no, it's popping less. It's still popping, but fuck it, dude. You sound clear. We can hear you fine.
It's a little popping, but it's okay.
Yeah, I got some clocking issues with my setup right now. It's gonna do it every now and again, but not terribly.
Suddenly, it sounds better.
Yeah, right now it sounds good.
I think the microphone heard us talking about it. So.
It might have been like, "Yo, stop talking shit."
I talked to Casey too. He said that our little fishing conversation, we're gonna make sure that stays in, because that was fun. I like talking about fishing, dude.
Dude, me too. Yeah, I love fishing. I try to go as much as possible. I try to go to the beach as much as possible. It's just, it's healthy. You got to do something healthy.
Totally. And our homie David, he used to be in Odious. He likes to fish a lot too. He fished constantly off the shore, right?
Yeah, I've gone with him a few times lately.
Did you guys catch anything?
Some stuff. He catches halibut sometimes, but they're usually like a bit too small. But like I think as it warms up, he's like all stoked on it. But he goes out on these trips on these boats, like like out of the harbor here in Oceanside, and they go out for like different periods. Like I think one of them is like 4 to 9 p.m. and they can he comes back with he got some what was the fish that he got? I forgot what it was called. Darn. But he made the best ceviche out of it. I have to ask him what that was. Some kind of.
Before we get too
really
further into this, though, like usually in the beginning of these, we do plugs and all that stuff. They got a tour coming up. Do we have the flyer ready or not?
Oh, dude,
It's
I'm not that fast. I'll find it. Here, why don't you start talking about it? I'll find it here.
Yeah, dude. So when does that start?
So it starts July 8th in Sacramento.
Nice. Dude, that's my wife's birthday, dude. Maybe and I got family up there. Maybe I'll be there for Bryce's birthday.
That's fucking sick. Happy birthday.
Yeah, I'll bring her out. I'll bring her out for her birthday to a death metal show. She'll be super stoked, dude.
So my birthday is actually the following day in Seattle. I was born on July 9th. So cancers, we rule.
Yep.
Right.
I'm a Scorpio, so both of us have pinchers, dude. That's what we always say.
That's why you guys get along.
I'll fucking pinch you, dude.
Hell yeah.
But I also got a poisonous tail though too, so you better watch out, dude.
Yeah, that shit's fucked up. Whoever designed the scorpion is a fucking asshole.
Right?
Seriously, dude.
It was Bill, because he is the kingdom of God.
It's always Bill's fault, man. He took acid.
That's sick. So it starts in Sacramento, huh? Nice.
Yep. Starts up in Sac, and then we make our way through the US and we end in LA at the Whiskey, which is pretty sick.
Dude.
Which is pretty sick. But I'm very excited. We have a lot of great bands on this tour with us. Have a lot of sick bands like hopping on for like a couple of weeks or like a week or so, and then hopping off and changing out. I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of really sick local bands. I always try to encourage people to check out their local scene and the local metal bands as much as possible, because it's not as good in other areas. So as like California,
it's such a pleasant, awesome surprise when you're coming through on tour, and then you have a local opening band that actually makes you pay attention.
Yo, Sean, I think you might want to switch your audio bit to the GAM.
I heard it popping. Try this. I think this might be better.
It's still pretty bad, dude. I think it might.
Fuck.
For hours, it might get kind of it's a little rough, but it's okay. If you just want to use your webcam, it's probably fine. You know.
Hold on, let me try something else.
No worries.
All good. In the chat, stabbing, yeah, dude. I really want to have them on, dude. I met them in Vegas briefly. I mentioned it a few times on the show, and super, super awesome people. I was going to say dudes, but there's also chicks in the band. It's half and half, and they're both. It's a couple. It's two couples. It's such a fascinating thing to me that it's like, all right, having a relationship.
You and Bryce, like,
but so it's like everybody knows that the relationship between a male and a female is a complex thing, and to be able to like study that course constantly is always a fucking.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
No, I'm saying like we got it down, but I'm saying it took us a long time to get there, you know. So and so having two couples, they have to be like Zen if they're gonna be into like a full four-way relationship. They've added a new relationship to their relationships, because a band is another relationship, you know. See all that interweaving? Like, I have a relationship with you guys, but that's outside of my marriage. Like with them, it's my relationship with my spouse is also my relationship with my band, and it's also in a relationship with another spouse who also has another spouse. It's like, God, that weaves it, that like folds in on itself so many times. Like it just awesome that they can like hold it down. And I wonder what if like they show up to practice and like they had an argument on the way there, like one half of the band had an argument. So how would that jam be, you know?
Definitely. I mean, I think it adds to it, like fuels it, you know? Someone had a fight with their wife and they come to band practice.
Oh, yeah, dude. I totally remember that. Now that you just totally made me remember there was like a specific carnivorous practice, and I had like a really bad fight with my girlfriend right before I got there. But it like not only does it bleed away super fast, but it motivated me to be like super good that night. I felt great after. I was like, oh dude, I killed that set, got out all that bullshit, and now I'm feeling like settled again, you know? It's a therapy, dude. It's a therapy for us.
It really is. It really is. I think it goes back to, God damn it, it's still popping. It goes way back for us.
And you actually sound you don't sound as good as you did on the other one. So it's like popping and less quality.
All right, give me a minute.
It's all good, dude.
All right. I had to get a better background going.
Totally, dude. The palm trees.
Okay. I couldn't figure out there's no black one. Like, how does Joel do that, dude? Like, I don't like because the logo's like behind us, you know?
He's IT, bro.
Whatever. It's cool. I think this will work. Like the pink. But yeah, dudes. What's up? We are partying now. You know, it's kind of one of those parties you show up to at 7, but you're like, no, there's no one here yet. Well, everyone's coming. It's just not quite here. Let's just keep hanging out.
Dude, it's a sick
and then it's
party.
getting better by the minute, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's already sick.
IT, bro. Dude, Jedi Grind knows what's up, dude. AKA Murdog, what up? Brutal Vokes for sure, dude. She's she's like the most brutal, like guttural female vocalist I've ever heard. Cheney can she's got like the power shit. She could do like multiple
pipes, dude.
Oh, Cheney's amazing.
She's got like the range. She can belt it, but when it comes to that like gurgly, slammy, almost Maddie Way-esque, like she does it just as good, if not better, than most of the boys that are doing that shit right now, you know?
Oh, dude, I agree. I think her tenacity and just her approach behind music, her and Naveen together are such a great team, and they have such a good like artistic flow together. That's definitely like, I think it adds a lot to what she's done over the years, because I've seen them like start Entheos, and like when it was kind of like an idea, and to what it is now, it's just evolved artistically so much, and her vocals have just gotten better and better and better, and like she's killing it. They're both killing it. I'm really, really stoked for that band. And
no doubt, dude. And again, back to the the dynamics of being in a relationship. That's two relationships they're having with each other. They live with each other. That is like, all of that is just perfect evidence that those two are meant to be together. You know, they're a match made in fucking death metal heaven, dude, because they can stand each other's presence all day. They can create all day with each other and be stoked on it, and they're both like fucking top tier at what they do. So
yeah, they're hard workers, they're not slouches. They definitely work really hard on their craft, and like you could tell they put a lot of effort into their like social media stuff nowadays, and like a whole bunch of things that they're trying to release for people, and it's really awesome to see that all kind of pay off. And in a way, I've been like silently working for the past 10 years on a project of my own that I've been just like not really telling people about and kind of keeping under wraps. And we're finally at the point where we're going to put some stuff out soon. We're recording a video on the 2nd in front of a green screen with some really cool people. And we're hoping that when we release it, that it's going to get that kind of attention. Hopefully, we'll see. We definitely put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. And it's a very modern thing. And it's kind of like in line with like Entheos, like with what they're doing. But obviously it's like my own spin on it.
Yeah.
Different thing. And also there's no guitars in it. So okay. There's no guitar players in it. It's all bass, and it's
yeah. Dude, I don't know.
It's still
any way to switch to your just webcam, Dan? Because it would sound fine. I think like it's just it's something's man, it's all good.
The mic, it's the this freaking Midas setup I have right now. It's just not killing it. Let me try one last thing.
Okay, no worries, dude. Yeah.
Jedi. What? Oh shit. You got he's got, dude, the Merziest, dude. We gotta see. I keep telling He keeps asking me to send him pictures. I fucking keep forgetting to take pictures on mine, dude. I got the most out of all y'all motherfuckers probably because no matter what, dude, I got the first run, which was only the severed dudes. So back up, all y'all Mersey motherfuckers. Let's just see how quiet it can get. Are you just going to the? Is he just going to go to the computer audio? That probably will sound best, dude. I'm sure that's what you're telling him to do. Yeah, dude. So this is the first Cali Death podcast that has gone. This is a Ray. This is definitely as a Ray as it's. Oh, look, what up, dude? Super fucking quick little change, dude. I should go throw something on, dude. What else?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, dude, this is like the.
I figured it would look nice with a collared like thing underneath. Just digging it. I like
Dude,
this one. This is the.
Do I think mine.
7.
My Odious basketball one, I think, is red too.
I got 2. One's like black, one's red. And I got 2 baseball ones. I got 4. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I really don't even know how many. I think I got like 5 or 6, something in there.
But dude, that's like every
so
Super Bowl baseball, whatever game, I just wear them. I don't care what sport it is. I just
Murray sent me a link. Mike Smith is fucking rocking one, dude. It's like yeah, dude.
Dude, I haven't talked to Mike in forever. I hope he's doing good. He did a podcast like recently with the dude from Pyrexia. What was that one?
Yeah, I think that's the one that he sent me because he was rocking it. Yeah,
I was watching the first part of it out before work. I was like, dude, this is pretty good. Fuck
so yeah. I didn't even check it out though. Is that Mike's podcast or is it the dude from Pyrexia's podcast?
I thought it was Mike's. Was it the other guys? I wasn't sure.
I don't know. I actually hadn't checked it out yet, but I'd love to fucking talk to Mike Smith, dude.
Yeah,
I'd love to. Like,
oh yeah, no, he's fucking awesome. He's a legend, dude. Straight up.
Effigy was, even though, you know, Pierced like is the solid number 1 for me. Effigy was actually like my first real introduction to something.
Effigy was for sure.
It was a relapse compilation that had a infecting the crypts from human waste demo.
Sick.
And I was like, oh, this is fucking dirty but brutal. And then I dug and found that was the first full length, and that was my first Suffo record, Effigy.
Oh yeah, dude.
And Effigy of the Forgotten.
Yeah, and ever since then it was just fucking.
Dude, my favorite thing about listening to death metal, like even to this day, but like especially back in like when I first got into it, like, you know, high school years and stuff, it was just like, you know, when you're just blasting it in your car, just crank, so it's like almost to where it just sounds like shit because it's like you know, blasting the speakers. It's like distorting, but it's like you pull up to somebody at the stoplight and they got their car and like all the people and they're just like sitting there with their family, just like chin, 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 you know, just like, you know, like.
Dude, I miss that, man. And it's cool too. Like I miss like going to school, you know, like high school and like after high school and stuff, and like pulling up somewhere and you're listening to like Necrophagist or you know, Suffo or whatever, and like you pull up next to someone, they're like, "What the hell is that, dude?" I miss that. You know,
dude,
now everyone kind of like knows what it is.
Dude, all of a sudden you sound and look amazing now, dude. What happened? It's like perfect. What did you do, dude?
I got rid of the stupid camera situation. That's what it was causing a word clock issue with my Midas. Now my Dante network.
Now it's fucking perfect. Yes. All right.
Nice. No latency.
Now we're partying, people.
Love it.
Nice little 1 hour intro there. Just getting everything piled in.
Just warming up.
Hey, but you know what? You know how we roll. We're in no rush, dude. So
we aren't, dude. This is all good, dude.
Chilling by the pond here.
'Tis what it is. Yeah. So, well, Now that you sound fucking amazing, dude. Let's start talking about you, dude.
Sure.
Let's get into it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I hate talking about myself.
Well, you're gonna be
I'd much
doing it for
rather
a little
talk
bit,
about
dude, because I'm
Lynch
gonna
or you guys, but we'll talk about me. That's cool.
Yeah, nah. So you're not gonna like this then, dude, because I want you to go as far back as you possibly can remember. I want you to take me to childhood and tell me about that time where
Dr. Trapani has something to ask you.
yeah. when during your childhood development, your brain became a sponge enough to where you're like, oh shit, dude, this song's dope. Like before or no, after it just became or was just background music, you know, like when did you like pay attention to something like you heard, and even if it isn't just that, like back to that time where like, you know, where music became something important.
Oh man, I mean, for me, like I'll never forget the first time I heard like Elton John's Rocket Man. That was it for me,
Nice.
really. And I was
Oh
probably
yeah.
like, you know, like 7 or 8,
Mm-hmm.
and this babysitter was over taking care of us, and basically you know, I was like curious about music, and she showed me that, and I beat the hell out of that song. I must have like I have asked to play it like a million times and listened to it a million times.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like a natural like gravitation for me to be into music, cuz like my parents never really had like a preference. They kind of were just like whatever's on the radio is cool, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I didn't really start developing a preference for it until I got older, but I always knew that like I really, really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like it music in particular, songs stuck out in my head more than anything else.
So you're younger, but you're seeing that your parents are just kind of like whatever comes, you know, we're at the grocery store, what's playing on there? Hey, I can get down with that beat, whatever, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
And
and like we never really learned the names or like
mhm.
the album names or anything. They just put stuff on, and that was it. And it was good, you know what I mean? It's good radio music is pretty good. So
Totally. And but then you had to have said, okay, I'm moving further into this. I'm going to get more interested to where it's not just about letting the radio feed it to me. I'm going to start digging for my own stuff. Like, I don't
yeah,
know if that gets before or after you started actually playing instruments, because I always like to,
way before.
it came way before
Oh
instruments.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, man. It's like it's so weird. I've always had a very, like I said, a strong gravitation towards music. So once my friends showed me like Green Day and Blink 182 and like all these like old school like you know punk band, no FX and all this other stuff, you
Mm-hmm.
know, that's not necessarily new, old, whatever. And
Yeah.
I was very confused and like I was blown the fuck away. And I kind of just like kept diving and diving and asking people to show me more and more and more and more.
So
And it
what
just
year,
eventually
year
got
were
me.
you born? What year were you born?
90.
Okay. So you're by the time you're 7, it's already 97. So when you're asking for all this, how old are you? Teenage years?
Yeah, yeah, I'd say like, you know, early tweens.
So instruments came later, huh? Like what age did you
Oh,
start
much
playing?
later. I started playing bass when I was like 16.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, much later. I always played like violin and
Mm.
cello and
Mm-hmm.
upright bass in the school programs and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I played sports in school mostly, lacrosse and football. So that
Nice.
that was kind
I
of
was
like
a football
music was
player
like
as well.
a secondary thing, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
until I was about to graduate, and I had a teacher basically tell me, he's like, listen, like there's not many kids like you. You should really pursue this more, you know, just consider it. And I did.
Yeah.
I really did. And I really pursued it more. And I like it. I'm not hurt. So
Totally, dude. Now that we know all this stuff about football and all the long-term head trauma that so many people get from that shit, it's like I don't want my kids to play that shit either. But so yeah, I could see a 16-year-old coming in and starting to play all those instruments in the program, and then that teacher seeing, hey, like this kid has no previous history with this, and you obviously picked it up really quick. So as that teacher, I would also nudge you in that direction too, right?
Yeah, I mean, like definitely when I talk to kids and stuff nowadays, because sometimes I teach and I talk to younger people about it and that are in school still, like high school, and they're very bewildered about touring and about playing out and being a musician as an adult and stuff like that. Like, if you're gravitated towards some, whether it's music or art or anything, you should absolutely pursue it and ignore the stigma of everybody telling you like, oh, there's no money in it and
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually it's the opposite of that. It's more about how hard you work and how much you let yourself be gravitated towards your craft or your art or whatever it is you're doing. So that's kind of like what happened with me. I just kind of like naturally progressed into just like life being hard and music being easy. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? And being like, okay, I could just shift it when things are tough. I could
Teeter
just shift
totter,
it
yeah.
back. Yeah, and it's great because like you said earlier, you had a fight with your girl and you went to practice and beat the crap out of your instrument and afterwards you felt better. It's
Mm-hmm.
kind of
Mm-hmm.
the same
Yeah,
thing.
I'm just a vocalist, but so I'm just fucking growling into the mic and getting that out. But yeah,
That's an
when you're
instrument, man.
when I was 19 or 20, yeah, you have one of those 19-year-old or 20-year-old relationship arguments that don't mean shit, and you're just like, "Fuck that, I'm going to practice." And you get in
Oh,
there,
yeah.
and then after you're done, you get all the fucking aggression out. You're like, you know what? I was kind of an asshole. I'm gonna call her and be like, yeah, what I said was shitty. I'm sorry, all that kind of, because you got all the bullshit out of the way. Things just
Absolutely.
can pile up and actually get in the way of you, seeing quotations through to something.
Yeah,
And the guys
absolutely.
at that age, you don't even know what the fuck's going on. You're only 20. You haven't even fully developed as a man yet.
No, not at
You
all.
act, you try
Not
and
at
act,
all.
you walk around hard and try and act like you did, but you didn't. You're still you're not fully sculpted yet as a man.
No, definitely. And like there's so much to life you have to experience, in your
Mm-hmm.
20s.
Mm-hmm.
And like luckily for me or unluckily for me, I had to work really, really hard to survive in New York and stay here.
Yeah.
It's very expensive to live here. It's always been expensive to live here. So I've always had full-time jobs, 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and music as well. So it's not always about, you know, you can't just like get out of high school or college and be like, all right, I'm gonna be a professional at whatever I'm doing. You really gotta pay your dues. You really gotta work hard and sometimes do a whole bunch of stuff that you don't want to do
Yeah.
just to get there.
New
So
York is classically had a reputation of just being like, hey, keep up or fucking get walked on.
yeah, and that's why we're so straight up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We tell it like it is and that's it,
And that's
We
that
don't have
and
time for
it's
it.
not necessarily like a totally negative thing to say. It's like, hey, dude,
No.
I'm keeping up. So if you're gonna trip in front of me, I'm gonna have to walk over you to get
Yeah,
to where
man.
I'm going. Like I'm saying that literally, but this is just metaphor. Like
Yeah,
as
totally.
just what the grind is like in a place like New York. It's there's no blinking, there's no yawning. You just gotta fucking keep up with the flow, dude.
Yeah, if you sleep in or you take off too much, you just can't live here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very work oriented. I've always done construction, roofing, audio engineering, live sound engineering, teaching, like whatever I can to pay the bills,
Yep. Yep.
and that's it. But
Totally, dude. So back to high school and shit. So you're
sure.
getting good at the string instruments. Okay. So by the time you graduate, had you decided on bass yet? Or
No,
okay.
no.
Okay.
I was gifted a bass and I didn't want it.
Wow.
I was gifted a bass and I did not want it. But, my music teacher in high school was like, "We don't have any bass players for the jazz band, and we need a bass player for the jazz band if we wanna keep that part of the budget.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do it? You're the only person who could just pick up instruments here and
Yeah.
figure it out." So I did it. I did it, And like, you know, I really did get into bass pretty heavily, like you know, Jaco Pastorius and Victor Wooten videos and stuff like that. Really was like, oh wow, I didn't realize that bass could be cool and not just like a background noise, you know.
Right.
And that
And kind
they
of like
really
with
inspired
popular
me.
music, you are almost trained to think that, you know, but really we've said it many a times on this podcast, and me too personally, I've now have grown to love the bass more than most things that I'm listening to when I'm listening to a song. I tend to fall to the rhythm section now. Before it used to be riffs and solos and crazy vocals. Now I'm, creeping up on 40 and I'm like, nah, I just want to listen to the drummer and the bass player go off together.
You know, that's a really, really good point. That's really something good to talk about because past couple of years I've been really getting into engineering, like
Mm-hmm.
heavily, live engineering and in the studio. And you know, I've worked a lot with my friend Nick out here in Long Island on a bunch of different projects, and we've even worked on taking apart like an SSLG from the 90s and putting it back together and all that stuff. And you know, I gotta say, like, compared to like, you know, like, look, if you take like hair metal from the 80s, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and you listen to that and you listen to the production and the mixes, there's so much warmth to them.
Yeah.
You know, besides all the cracky snares and the falsetto vocals and the ripping guitar solos and all that stuff. If you listen to the rhythm section, like the kick drum and the bass and that stuff, there's a lot of warmth in the mixes back then. Like they really wanted to fill out a system. And I think somewhere along the lines in metal, like we just kind of like our brains like fell off. We only wanted to hear guitars and kick drums and
Mm-hmm.
snare drums.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else is just kind of like, you know, if there's toms in it, great. If there's not toms in it, all right. Well, at least there's some sick kick drums and snares.
Yeah, it's like you're just
And
explaining
solos.
like Bleeding Profusely.
Yeah,
That album is there. I don't know if he hits the tom more than 3, 4, 5 times that whole album because it's just blast beats and breakdowns, dude.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I
And
love it. I love it. I love it to death.
there's
Jedi
something
Grind,
to that as
Murray's
well.
favorite album of all time. And I love that shit. But that was at that time like what most people were just going for. Like, just
Yeah.
where's the guitar? Where's the riffs? Where's the breakdowns? Where's the blast beats? You know?
You know,
But
I think nowadays though, like Jacob Amansky and myself and like Nixon Jealous who was God, he was doing Havoc and all that. You know, those guys and Evan Brewer,
mm-hmm,
um,
mm-hmm.
we're all trying to bring
Evan's
back
sick, dude.
that warmth, man, like that real heavy low end, but with a very technical and like, you know, artistic approach to it. You
Yeah.
know, where it's like it needs to be in the mix. It's like part of the entertainment. It's not just there to support, you know, the
Mm-mm,
guitars.
mm-mm.
It's not just there to support the drums. It's actually like part of the song.
And an ear that doesn't know how to comprehend but still loves what they're listening to, they may not even realize that there's a part of the song that they really love, but it's actually the bass that's making them love it the most, but they just lean on what, it it doesn't, you know what I'm trying to say here? It's like
Yeah.
I personally can't really describe like in detail music theory and how, bass works with drums and guitar together, but it's something that like there's sections of songs where you're like, oh, the underbelly, the warmth of that section is really what makes me love it the most.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, and like I encourage people to start being mixes, like put, you know, on a song from one band that you really like and then put on another song and ask yourself like, what do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What did you
Mm-hmm.
like about the last song more than the other song? Were the riffs better or was it the mix was better? You know what I mean? Or the drum production was better or whatever. So it's pretty interesting to see like, you know, like pop music is a very old style of music. You know what I mean? It's been
Yeah.
around for a very long time and like metal music is still very new in comparison. You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
really cool. Like we're all kind of a part of this like super gray area
Yeah.
in mixing, production, writing. Like people are still like to this day, like, no, like this is the way to play that. No, this is how we do it. This is how you know what I
Yep,
mean?
yep.
Which is great. Which is great. But I
That's
definitely
why it evolves the way that it does, though. You know?
Yeah.
I want more of that warmth in it again. You know,
Yeah.
like Cody from Spite, he's got like a new studio up in I think it's in SF. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, Cody. I don't remember where it is. But he's been posting pictures of it. It's brand new facility. It's way bigger than his last one. It's really sick. But they just put out Spite put out some music, some new stuff, a new single, and I was listening to it the other day, and you know, he definitely mixed it and possibly mastered it as well. But damn, I was just like, the undertone like of the album is so warm. I'm sorry, of the single is just so warm. It's really good mix, and that's kind of like that's where I'm trying to go into the direction of moving forward for all the
That's what's up,
bands I'm
dude.
involved in and everything is like I think we've been all focusing on playing and writing so much that we've ignored this whole side of it. And I think that's what, you know, is going to make metal like more popular and more acceptable as it evolves. If we
Totally.
want it to stick around.
We obviously it's whether or not we want it to stick around. Metal wants to stick around, dude. It'll find a way.
I think it's like interesting too, like how like I don't know, like slower styles of metal or like classic kind of styles, like kind of like they have more space for the sound, you know, so like they can have a bigger sound like with the kick or the snare, like whatever, you know. And then like imagine like, you know, some big 80s, like, you know, say even Judas Priest or something that's still heavy.
Dude.
But imagine like like that like kind of sound, but imagine that with like a blast beat, you know. So it's
yeah,
like
that's
it'd
kind
be like
of
crazy, you know.
that's kind of where I'm getting at basically is like that where
Yeah.
it's like it's got all that warmth and the bigness of like a huge production, but it's like still crystal clear and modern and like new. You know,
Yeah.
it's a very fine line we're walking on as we're making new metal and new music.
So I think the interesting part is like the like how fast it is kind of determines the mix too, right? So
oh
like
yeah,
like
definitely.
slower stuff you can mix it like fatter and have this like, you know, approach that if it doesn't go above a certain speed, right, it kind of sounds cool like that, you know, especially with like drum tones, you know.
Dude, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's all about the technology we're using too, you know, like
Yeah,
the
totally.
way our computers are perceiving that and the way our preamps are perceiving that and how all that communicates together. That creates a sound in all in on its own. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, like when you work on death metal and you're editing drums for death metal, and then you go to like a singer-songwriter thing and it's just like, oh wow, these drums sound so much better. It's just they're playing slower and it's giving all the everything
Yeah.
a chance to breathe. Like, but you play fast. Are you still playing fast? What's up?
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, he's still
For
playing
sure.
fast, dude.
Definitely.
Blasting.
Yeah, man. It's been cool. Been doing that for a while. Just but now more I mean, like since I was able to well, I started jamming with Diego like when I moved back down here in 2015. So like from Disgorge,
Shout
Diego.
out to Diego,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The riff wizard, you know,
the
the
Diego.
riff
Wiz.
wizard.
And so we were jamming for a while and stuff, and then like so I kind of got back into it like around then, and I was like yeah, working at a school and I could like practice there. And then once I opened my studio in 2017, like I could like jam like all the time. So Joseph came down and we started jamming and doing improv things, and like Riley McShane would come over and
Oh fuck yeah.
we'd do improv jams and shit like that. And then Diego would come over and we'd jam. So at that time, and then I like kind of like got actually changed my pedals back from the longboard setup I had, and then I like put it back to like the short boards, but like with the same pedal setup and everything. So I kind of rechanged that, and then I was like kind of reinvigorated to like get back into it, you know. So, but yeah, ever
You
since
still have
then,
those. You still have the footage of those improvs, right?
yeah, those are up like on my
We
YouTube
should
and
show them
stuff.
again soon. That's
Yeah, those are cool. Those are
something.
fun.
Yeah, I'm
Those are
definitely
fun.
gonna check that out now. That's fucking
Joseph
awesome.
on
Well,
sax and shit.
so we have some more to come to to be announced, but we're gonna start doing more fun like improv Twitch videos and stuff, like of just all kinds of fun shit. And Joseph's got all this stuff going on with his guys up there with Dreamer and all the bands that he's in. You know, I can't even begin to name all of them, but you know,
yeah,
and,
we have ideas to kind of expand this thing into like a channel, an umbrella of the, you know, other ideas for shows and just stuff that we just want to do with it now. You know,
are you guys trying to have like live jams? Like what's
hell
going
yeah
on?
Yeah, so
I heard
like
about something called like satellite plugin or something like that a while ago, because I was trying to do this when I had my old studio and I was streaming from there. I just moved out here, so I haven't been able to stream in a while. I have to get my internet situation together. I'm doing this all off of Wi-Fi right now, and it's terrible. But yeah, once I get my internet situation together, then I'm gonna start live streaming again. And my goal is to use this satellite studio plugin thing and try to jam with some people live.
It's like just software. It's just software.
Yeah, it just works like a plugin. Apparently, it's satellite studio or satellite plugin, something or other. You gotta check it out. We gotta do some homework.
There we go. We just found another thing that could be another possible thing. That'd be sick to have like international jams, dude.
Dude, we totally could. I don't know how the latency would be, but it might work. It might work out. Who knows?
Been a thing that's been like a big thing for a while. People have been trying to do that like certain ways.
It's just it's just linking it up just doesn't work.
I think with audio it's not as bad, but with doing, you know, video with it and stuff, I think. But
video is the challenge for sure, especially when everyone's trying to use like super sick cameras and like you know, all that. And everyone needs to be on gigabit at least.
Give it 10 years, it'll be it'll be going.
Yeah. I was gonna say like it. You know, some people would be like, "Well, why the fuck can't we do that right now? Come on, guys! Like, look at all we got Elon Musk, dude. Like, why don't we just hit him up? He'll fucking figure it out." And it's just like the fact that it's possible right now. We just need to work some kinks out. Like, dude, we're fucking doing great, dude. Yeah, our kids, my kids, are gonna have some fun shit to deal with. You know.
Oh, we're gonna be so stupid when we're in our 50s.
Yeah, but that just have the kids start taking care of us in our 50s, dude.
I think I learned how to use a computer on an Apple III or II in school, like in like 3rd grade or 4th grade. They had the apples, and we played Oregon Trail.
Oh, totally, dude.
So I'm sorry, I can't say Oregon. It's Oregon. Oregon Trail.
That's only because I was born in 84, so I would have been doing the same thing. I was only like 5 years behind, you know, when we would have been playing that. So you guys still were working with floppy drives and shit like that.
Dude, now kids got iPads. There's like 5-year-olds beating the crap out of me in Call of Duty. Awesome. It's amazing. People are gonna be so smart compared to us.
Yeah,
absolutely.
With technology, no doubt, dude. I'm definitely the most illiterate in technology on this podcast. I'm very surprised that I can make it work as easy as I can, you know. But
dude, it looks and sounds great.
But the thing is that it's so funny. I didn't even have a computer or internet in my house for the first like 8 years of me living at this house.
Damn.
We just never.
8 years?
8 years, dude. Never had internet.
Blackout.
I will say I did that little Undo Cuddy neighbor password, but he gave it to me. I did that for a little bit, but even before then, dude, we didn't have the streaming on TV. Like we were so late with that, dude.
That's why I made fun of you with the Jeff Foxworthy thing.
Yeah, dude.
So like I went to my
cable.
I went to my parents' house like last week, and they have this like 2022 Jeff Foxworthy like flip calendar like for each day, you know.
Nice.
And it was like that day, you know, that was like the day of the podcast or whatever, you know. And it was like you know, like if you might be a redneck if you ask your neighbor to upgrade their internet, you know.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, and so I like said it to him, like it was funny. And yeah, dude, that's
it was too shoddy on his internet in the beginning.
Wasn't there a time you were gonna have him actually upgrade his internet though? Like actually?
No, we were just joking about it. But yeah, that's when because I started doing it here, and then you guys are like, that shit's garbage, dude. And that's when I started doing it at my parents' house because my mom and dad only lived like 7 minutes away at the time. So I'd do it over there because they had better internet. But yeah,
well, we did a replay or like a rerun thing of the highlights of the episode 2 with Decrepit with Matt and Bill, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sick.
Like on Sunday, and it was like, and I could tell your internet, Anthony. You were like,
I was the freezy guy, yeah. And I didn't have the cloud lifter and all that stuff. So my mic, I probably wasn't as loud as I could be. I still don't watch those things.
Is that why your mic sounds so good? You got the cloud lifter on and everything?
Yeah, it's nice and warm, just like
what a great product,
warm.
man. So simple.
it is
so simple, dude. It was literally that did everything that I wanted it to do right out of the box. Just plug in both sides, dude. That's the kind of shit that I need, dude. I don't need like upgrading software and all that kind of shit. Then I just say, all right, dude, I gotta hire somebody because I got 3 kids that are fucking bouncing off the walls right now, and I'm not gonna be able to do this while my youngest daughter is got my middle kid in a headlock. Like, I yeah, dude, my daughter will fuck some shit up, dude, because she's got 2 older brothers, and she
that's
just
good
knows
though.
Yeah, she's just
You're gonna be tough, dude. That's scary.
She's already tough, dude. Definitely, she is taking people. I think she's gonna be like one of those UFC fighter chicks, dude, because she can do the triangle super fast. She'll jump on your back, around your neck, and fall back. I'm like, it's a natural thing that she's got.
You got to put her in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, man. That's
Dude. There's a place literally down the street from my house, dude. But it's also like $150 a month, you know. So
yeah, of course,
work it in, and 3 kids, dude. That's
$450
right there, dude. That's $450.
Yeah, if you have 3 kids, you got to get everything in triplicate. If one kid gets one thing, the other kid needs something.
Because I can't bring her home and have well, actually, since she's the youngest and she's a girl, she should have the advantage. But I'm saying, like, I got to give them all equal. If I'm gonna weaponize one of them, I got to weaponize all of them. You know.
Do you guys have those gel guns? You guys ever seen those gel guns? You gotta check those.
We're still old school. We're just Nerf, dude.
Nerf is sick, but these gel guns are where it's at, man. They got like all kinds of
gel gun.
They got like, it looks like they got Orbeez for ammo. They look sick. I've been seeing all these videos on TikTok, like kids and parents using them, fighting with each other and stuff. Friends.
So wait, I'm sorry. What is it? What does it shoot though? It shoots gel.
They look like Orbeez.
So they're like, it's
called like a
paintballing.
Gun. Yeah, it's just like harmless paintball.
Harmless paintballing
without the welts and the paint.
I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast, dude, but my first time paintballing ever, dude, I got so you're supposed to call out when you get hit. Well, I got shot in my fucking gigantic Adam's apple.
Damn.
As in my first game, dude, and it literally like and then no breathing, no talking for like a solid minute, dude. So I'm trying to call myself out and I can't say anything. I'm like,
that sucks.
And so I just drop into the fetal position and my homie just rolls up on me and just blasts me in my fucking taint. And I still can't call myself out, and he knows it, so he's doing it on purpose. Shout out Josh Chakapark, dude. He's my homie since fucking preschool, dude. And he's the one who took us out, and he's like, I got him in the throat. Now I'm gonna hit him in the taint.
Oh, he's the one who got you in the throat.
I don't know if he did or not, but I'm just saying that'd be badass if he was. He's like my best friend since I'm gonna take him out for his first paintball situation and just give him the fucking expert mode and throat to taint combo, dude.
Never go throat to taint. Never.
All right, dude. Weeds.
Yeah.
Let's get back. So we never even talked about your first like time jamming rock and roll with other dudes. When did you start?
Dude, I started jamming rock and roll with other dudes and ladies, other dudes and ladies.
Nice.
When I was probably, I don't know, I was like a young teenager. I did a Elvis Presley cover band, and I also
Nice.
played in a wedding band, which was sick. And I also did a Stevie Ray cover band. I played bass for all of them, and it was fun. It was
Hell yeah.
fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, yeah. It really turned me on to a lot of that music that I was just like they're like, "Can you play?" And I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, here's the sheet music. Can you play this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can play it." And they're like, "All right, that's Stevie Ray." And I'm just like, "Who? Okay, whatever. I'll play it." And like now, like as I'm older, obviously I've listened to him a lot and gotten to know his music more and more and more. But when I was younger, I didn't like appreciate it. I was just reading the sheet music really.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I
Yeah.
pretty much did was read music and play it. That was it. And now, and then when I got older, I got into death metal. A lot of my friends started getting me into death metal. I didn't like it at first at all. I thought it was garbage. I was like, this sounds terrible to me.
What?
Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
hated it. I
How
absolutely
dare
hated it.
you?
No,
Just
that's
kidding.
actually a
So
very
sorry.
common thing,
No,
dude.
we all said that. Yeah.
So
It's valid though, man. When you grow up listening to fucking Backstreet Boys mixes
Yeah.
and Britney
Mhm.
Spears on the radio all the time, and then
Mhm.
you go to listening to like, you know, Despise the Sun EP or like any Cannibal Corpse record from anything, like you're just like, what the fuck is this? This doesn't even
Mhm.
sound like music.
It's hard to compute, dude. Yeah. There was such a long journey that you would take to get to that you just bypassed, and that's why it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
You know? You got to
Yeah.
build it up along the way to where you're totally ready to take in Despise the Sun and really appreciate it as the best death metal EP that's ever been recorded.
I agree with that
You
statement.
know?
I love that EP. That's my favorite Suffo material.
It's
Like
Casey
it's
and I
one
have
of the
said
best.
the words "despise the sun" and "suffocation" to each other thousands of times, probably in the time that we've been friends, because we just constantly talk about it. It always boils down to that, like or the question of what if "Despise the Sun" was a full length? Would it
Oh, I
be
wish.
would it be better than Pierced?
Who knows? We'll never know.
We'll
Now we
never
just have
know.
to wait for the new Suffo stuff to come out, which is gonna
Hmm.
be really sick. I'm
Hell
so,
yeah.
so pumped on it because I've
Hell yeah.
noticed Terrence has taken kind of the same path that I have, and we haven't even like really communicated on it. We both just kind of taken up engineering and sound and getting more and more into that stuff. So I'm really excited to hear the new Suffo stuff. I think it's gonna be probably some of their best production yet. I hope. My fingers
Nice.
are crossed for sure.
Sick, dude.
And I definitely know for sure there's not many people out there who could write like Terrence. So these songs are gonna absolutely be pumbling. They're gonna smack. And then you got Charlie, who's just an amazing young guy from Long Island, who just really took he filled some big shoes, man, to play
Hmm.
those riffs.
Hmm.
Some of those
Oh yeah.
Suffo riffs are really hard. And if you've never seen the band live, and you've only listened to the records, I suggest you go to a show because it's a much different experience than you hear all the riffs
Hmm.
and they are just ferociously
Yeah.
hard, fast, talented, all of it. It's
I've
very
never had a
entertaining.
bad live Suffo mix. I know people probably have, but I'm just, I guess I'm just stoked that I never, every time I've seen Suffo, even in other places than the San Francisco spots that they've played, every time Suffo has like just been perfect for me.
Same.
And like seeing them, even like the ones that stand out is like Regency Ballroom with Cole Ross on drums,
Oh damn.
and I'm standing there right
That's a
next to
treat.
Matty Way, and we're standing next to the guy who's fucking doing sound, and it's just Cole Ross is not missing one note, dude. Everybody's not missing one note. Everybody is perfect, and you're
That
just like
that
this.
lineup is probably my favorite lineup of the band to date. Like Derek on bass, Cole Ross, Guy, Frank and
Hmm.
Terrence.
Hmm. Hmm.
That is the ultimate Suffo live lineup, in my opinion. Cole Ross is playing, dude. He's like You know, I always tell him that I'm like, dude, you set up your drums so fucking weird to me. They're just it looks wrong. But like his playing is so soulful, and he, like you said, he doesn't when he's in it and he's in the groove, man, he doesn't fuck up like
Yeah,
live. It's amazing.
and it's like
And
not
no
unfortunately.
clicks, no click tracks, no in-ear monitoring, no click tracks, like, and half the time he doesn't even have anything in his monitors. Like he's like, nope, band, you're following me. I know
Mhm.
every drum part I'm gonna play and the speed it's gonna be at. You guys have to just stay with me. And
Yeah.
it's
Crazy.
amazing.
Look at
Amazing.
that.
And then
Wow.
you got a guy like Terrence who's like, fuck yeah, I'm staying with you, dude. And then you get a Suffocation. Well, all the other guys too. Just like that whole package just in. Oh, God, I love it, dude. I haven't
Not
seen
to
Suffocation
say
in a
that the
while.
lineup now that there's anything wrong with it. But
Totally.
like just that lineup to me
Of
was
course.
just like ultimately legendary for like the time period and the band's career and everything to have Cole Ross come back. Because like you talk to anybody who's like super into Cepho, they'll be like, "Oh, Despise the Sun EP." That's
Yeah.
it. You know.
And then one other memorable time, I've probably mentioned it on the show too, was Maryland Death Fest 2003.
Oh
I went
wow.
I was 19, dude. I flew across United States to go fucking see Suffo. Well, it was more than just Suffo, but it was Suffo's coming back show from their hiatus, you know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. It literally was their coming back, their first
wonder
show back, dude. And it
God, I was doing sound.
I don't know if this is actually true, but I remember people saying that it was the Cremation demo lineup. That guy was on stage, Mike was on drums, Terrence was there, but the guy who was playing bass, I can't fucking remember his name. Whoever
Chris?
was playing, who played on the Cremation demo.
I think it was Chris. I'm not sure.
And the
I
reason, and that
look
was
it up, to
when,
be honest.
because Guy played on the demo, but then he went and was in Pyrexia and then didn't play on anything after the demo with Suffo, right?
I didn't know that. No, I'm not
Yeah.
sure, to be honest.
Guy, I'm almost 100% that Guy was one of the guitar players on the Cremation demo, and then Pyrexia started up, and he went and did, or either he was already doing Pyrexia and then ended up just going to do Pyrexia full time, and then Suffo got somebody else and then did the Human Waste EP, and then kept on going, and then Guy came back into the fold. Shit, was it Souls to Deny? I think it was Souls to Deny, dude. That's
Possibly.
when.
I'm not too keen on their history like that.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's
either
right.
way, dude.
I think that's right.
Yeah, I was just going. So it's like, oh, dude, they're back, and it's the demo lineup, and I'm fucking flying to fucking Baltimore, dude. You
That's
know,
so sick. Yeah.
and it was fucking Dying Fetus and fucking Suffocation all on the same night, and it's not called. It was called the Thunderdome, and it was a smaller venue, but it had the balcony that would go around the top, and there was pool tables up there, and you can get right up to the side, and fucking I was like looking down at Suffo playing, and I'm just like, dude, this is the best thing that has ever happened to me currently at 19 years old, dude. You know,
Damn.
because it's your favorite band, but they're in their hiatus. You know, you caught
Totally.
well, my age, I was like, in betweener with the generations, you know.
Dude, that's so funny because when I was like 18, 19 years old, At the Gates came back to the United States after like being away for 10 years. And I got to see their reunion show, and it was just like, oh my God.
I
man.
think that's what I was telling Joseph this earlier when I was, yapping, working on his car. Like, we're doing this loop back situation where you go through time, but we're looping back, and everything's kind of like, it's almost like we go back and recomb history to make sure that we got all the good shit and then push it forward, Yeah,
for sure.
It's super sick though. It's like we're making sure that all the good shit doesn't get left behind. Like,
Yeah, I think it's
forward.
important. I think it's so important. Listen, like a lot of this old stuff, to a lot of the younger people nowadays is probably not going to sound good, because to them, what sounds good is some crazy high fidelity music. They got Katy Perry, they got, all these people. I can't even think of all the names. It's like going nuts in my head right now.
No, I know what you're saying, dude. It is a different way music is recorded and mixed and mastered now versus a Scott Burns recording. But if I wonder what the ceiling was for the timeline where the people like me and who can hear it and understand it and love it because you lived through enough of the 90s or whatever,
right,
to be able to understand like what music sounded like back then. Like, I wonder where it hit to where it's like everybody who was born after that unfortunately will not experience it the same way as you did.
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's almost heartbreaking. You know what
It
I
is
mean?
in a
Like,
sense, but it's just like it also reminds you that this is how humanity is, dude. We constantly innovate, and whether or not the ones who are in the wake, in a sense, not really in the wake, but like we get passed up because exponentially things just happen, dude, and they happen quicker and things change exponentially. Humanity does not like to sit stagnant.
yeah, I really personally feel like metal is sat stagnant for the 2000s. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like it's been growing and evolving, but it's like there's a lot of stuff coming out. It's like the same, but like recently, I've noticed that there's like newer bands popping up. People are being more original. They're getting away from this cookie cutter mix and cookie cutter, style of riff writing and all that, and becoming more inclined to learn more and research more and do more. And that's great. That's great. But I don't think, like you said, I really don't want people to miss out on, why Cannibal Corpse is like one of the biggest death metal bands in the world. You know what I mean? Or why Suffo is one of the biggest death metal bands in the world. It's, they're writing it, there's an intelligence behind it. There's a scheme behind it. And
for sure, man.
I like to find like the origins of things, I don't think maybe that might be a thing that's missing too, is like like another thing for me would be like, I'm super into Tim and Eric, and I'm like, where the fuck does that comedy come from? Then you're like Mr. Show back in the 90s, and you're like, well, where does that comedy come from? And then it goes back to Monty Python's Flying Circus, and that's in the 70s. You're like, where you keep going back and back and back, and you appreciate, just for me personally, I love to appreciate how the evolution happened,
Yeah, same to an extent. There's only so much of that you could focus on.
Yeah. I stopped at Monty Python. I'm not going to go necessarily further back and be like, I'll end up in like vaudeville and fucking watching Charlie Chaplin doing the fucking skedaddle or whatever the fuck they're doing, But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like I like to see how the evolution of something that I greatly appreciate. How is that born? What happens to make that happen?
Yeah, man.
What happens to make a decrepit birth, dude? And how the fuck?
Yeah,
that's a Bill question.
Yeah, right. They'd be like, oh, I don't know, bunch of bullshit,
fucking hanging out in the woods.
Yeah,
smoking acid into his eyeballs.
Do you know what Bill calls boogie boarders?
What?
Dick draggers, dude.
Oh yeah,
That's
dude.
Right. That's right.
I think.
Wait,
real quick. Murray saved me. I think he's got their first bass player is Josh. My eyes are terrible.
Josh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the dude's name was Josh. So somebody can school me on that too. Whoever played the Maryland Death Fest 2003.
Damn, that's way back. I was 13 years old in 2003, man.
So yeah, you're not that much younger than me though. In retrospect, dude, I was 19 when that happened. Yeah. So 6 years. Like now, here we are. We're in our fucking 30s together. It's just
Sucks.
another decade.
I want to go back, dude. Let's go. Round 2.
So, all right, dude, let's get back into you a little bit more, though. I want to know about like bands and shit. I know we went off into a Suffo thing completely after I asked you that question, but so you were jamming with some folks, but when did things get like serious with like, okay, I wanna do a band. I want to be in a band.
So actually, for me, it was more, I wanted to be in a band with like people my own age. You know what I mean? But I wanted to find people who were, able to play and like push the boundaries of music. I was getting really tired of playing the wedding shit and the Elvis shit and the school stuff. You can only do so much. You can only beat that stuff up so much, and you're just like, all right, well, what's next?
Yep.
So I definitely got more into trying to find other people to play with, and I played with a bunch of people. I actually, even a teacher in school jammed with me.
Nice.
Who's actually pretty talented, pretty good guitar player. He was my social studies teacher. He's
Sick.
awesome. Mr. Newberger. Shout out to Mr. Newberger.
See?
He's the man. He was the man.
It doesn't matter. You're going to forget most of your teachers, but there's that one guy or those two teachers that just nudged you in a direction, and he was totally part of your upbringing, dude. Like
For
you
sure.
jam with him. If that didn't happen, like, I mean, eventually would have happened, but it's just like that was a key component to the Sean Martinez story right there, is having a guy who knew how to fucking play, take you under his wing and show you what's up.
Yeah, I mean, like we were just like jamming together. We'd hang out during lunch period, and he'd like show me music, other bands, like a lot of like Primus stuff, and like some Fish stuff, and like, he would show me some metal stuff, and I'd be like, I don't like it that much. You know what I mean? And like, yeah, as I got older, though, I just kind of like, I'll fast forward. I progressed, and I wanted to find people my own age to play with, so I found some friends on Long Island that were a lot older than me. I was like, like pretty young, and they were like 6, 7 years older than me. But when you're in your teens and like someone's in their late 20s and you're going over their house to like play, music with them and stuff like that, like your parents are like, what the fuck? Like,
no, I know.
It's not cool. Like, what are you doing?
Kind of weird.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of weird.
But it really is. It really isn't.
You're going over there and smoking pot and drinking beers with them.
That's
like, no,
what
I'm not. And I'm totally going over there smoking weed.
That's exactly what a parent would think. Even myself, dude, I got a 10-year-old around that corner. He's going to be, and I'll be probably thinking the same thing. But in reality, it's not. You're like going there for a specific thing.
Yeah. No, I was going there for music. And we jammed a lot. And
that's the drug. That's
where
the drug
you're
going there for.
Comes from is doing those jams with those guys. And eventually, after that band and growing up a little bit more, I met the guys in Suffo. And when I was recording the EP that we never really released for that band, my first death metal band, we recorded with Joe Sincata at Full Force Studios on Long Island, New York. And we recorded with Joe because he worked with Suffo, and we were like, sick. We want that Suffo guy to work on our shit. That'd be amazing. So
hell yeah.
We sought him out, and he was, dude, Joe's the fucking man. Super approachable guy, super easy to hit up and be like, hey, we're interested in recording our record at your facility. What does it take? How much money does it cost? What do we need to discuss to make that happen? And he was super into it, man. He was like, yeah, you guys come on by and we'll figure it. We went over to the studio, hung out with him. And then came down to the day that I had to track my bass parts, and I was tracking my bass parts, and I was like really focused on my parts and playing them with 2 fingers only, and like very trying to be fast as hell, and just kind of like going at it as an 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
And dude, like Joe was impressed, and he hit up Terrence and Derek, and they came to the studio eventually, and we were all hanging out. I'm recording the bass stuff, and it was a great time.
Oh yeah, dude.
And that got me like hanging out with Derek and Terrence and all that. That really like pushed me into wanting to tour and understand that aspect of it. They actually helped me get like my first like real touring gig. I played bass for Malevolent Creation.
Nice.
Yeah, before I was even 21. I think it was like 2009.
Wow.
Yeah, man. I was under 21 years old and I was playing on tour on a bus with Malevolent Creation. And
So yeah, dude.
Full Blown Chaos was on that tour. Shout out to Full Blown Chaos. I love those guys. They're awesome. They're also from New
Sick.
York.
Totally.
Big
They're
shout
like,
out to
are they
Havoc.
hardcore? Are they hardcore?
Yeah, I mean, to me, they're just fucking heavy as shit. They're metal. You should check them out if you've never heard of them.
I have heard the band, and I'm sure I've come across the I just haven't heard it in recent times. I can't put the sound to the name. It sounds like a hardcore band to me, though.
Yeah, they are kind of hardcore-ish, but to me, they're just heavy and metal. They're super sick. They love to jam out and just rip up stages.
And when I say hardcore, dude, I'm not saying that as a bad thing, because I actually enjoy like traditional hardcore a lot, dude, and a lot of the New York shit too. Like, there's a lot of I just like pissed music, because I don't really get pissed that much unless I'm doing the music. I mean, obviously life happens and you get pissed at shit, but I'm saying like doing pissed music is like a good therapy for me. And hearing pissed music is a good therapy for me. Same thing with like listening to sad music too, dude. Like I don't get like there's times where I don't feel like I've gotten sad enough, so I naturally start listening to sad music to like feel sadness. It's like
on that Titanic Celine Dion song and blow it away.
Or you just like the melancholy aspects of music, and really leaning into that, but you're just like that's another thing that's sick with music too, is attaching emotion to it or involuntary emotions when you're listening to music too. That's something that I still love to get from music, even though it's fewer and far between, especially with like newer stuff. And I need people to like know exactly what I would like in order to feed it to me, because I just don't have time to dig for all the good shit. There's so much good shit out there that I haven't come across lately. And
especially being a musician yourself, like you start working on your own stuff, or like, like me, I work on my own stuff a lot, and I do a lot of live sound engineering work. So like tomorrow I'm working at the Paramount in Huntington, New York for Glassjaw's 20th year.
Oh, sick, dude.
Yeah, I'm doing sound for Life of Agony. They're
hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'll be working.
That's
Life Agony guys.
Shout out to them, dude. Awesome. I got a Roadrunner VHS tape for $1 at Amoeba, dude, and it was a compilation music video tape that was so important to my early metal upbringing. And Life of Agony had a music video on that VHS tape, dude, and it was just one of those, you get the dump of a compilation, whether it be a CD or, music video compilation, that dump and getting Sepultura, Obituary, fucking just name it all, Roadrunner 91, and that's what you got on that videotape, dude. And Life of Agony. Sorry, I keep going. Yeah, Life of Agony was definitely one of those bands where I was like, this is something that stands out on this videotape just in itself too, because like all this shit's crazy and extreme, but like his vocal style on the song was something totally different from everything else on the VHS. And Typo Negative was also another one of the bands that was on that stood out too, because everybody was growling or screaming and these guys are actually singing. I'm like, oh, you can have extreme music with, clean vocals on it too.
I fucking love Typo Negative.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I see Dan Kennedy from Suicide Silence,
that's all he talks about, dude. That's my homie. I don't know if you know that, but that's my
no, I did not know. Wait.
So Dan Kennedy and I started our first death metal band together.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was sick. So I'm still in our hometown right now, but we went to high school together. That's my best friend, dude. Like tell Dan you're on this show, and he'll be like, dude, that's my best friend. And we started right out of high school and did Carnivorous and hooked up with the Severed Savior guys super quick. And Troy ended up becoming our drummer in Carnivorous as well. So that was like our first real deal, like death metal thing coming out of high school. I was in a new metal band before that.
Oh wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Doing
Yeah,
vocals?
doing vocals. Yeah, I was rapping and singing or trying to sing and screaming. Yeah, but it
That's
was like
insane.
rap took me to the metal rap crossover. But then I got like it's got super extreme, like we were just talking about earlier, how exponentially it happened. By the time I was a senior, I was wearing Discord shirts and it's like it like took 2 years of me going to the pound as much as I can to where I can just become this like guy who's like, yeah, I'm gonna do brutal death metal now, guys.
Yeah. It's like one day you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna play death metal and say fuck it.
Yeah.
But like I always wondered, because like, I grew up on the East Coast and we have a huge hip hop community, especially in New York. It's a big deal out here.
Yeah.
On Long Island, in the city, in the 5 boroughs, like everybody has grown up with it out here. It's just
Yeah.
if you grew up in the 90s, you grew up with hip hop. So, I always wonder, like, was that the same for you guys growing
No
up out
doubt.
there in
Yeah.
California? Like, is that how
Oh
it is
hell
on
yeah, dude.
the West Coast?
For sure, man.
West Coast, dude.
Yeah, like I remember for me, like, because like when I was in like elementary school, like I didn't really. I mean, I'll let Anthony answer this question his own way because I'm sure it's gonna be way longer than mine. But basically, like I love hip hop. I have a lot. I was like showing I was like teaching the student the other day like a guitar lesson. I'd teach a little bit on the side just for fun, and I was like, see, look at dude, I have like 1,000 hip hop songs, because I was like, because he's like, I kind of like different styles of music, and I was like, that's great, you should like a ton of, and I was like showing him how much different shit. Anyways,
Dude,
yeah.
Can you please pick up a guitar and play any Snoop Dogg song and start singing it?
Oh, I wish. I know. I wish I
amazing.
could. That'd be the best. I know. I should be able to. We used to jam on
Sipping
one of
on
those.
gin and juice.
Yeah, we used to play one of those,
From like
but
10-year-old kid.
of course it's all like the
That's all
funkadelic
Parliament shit.
Yeah, Parliament. But yeah, for me, just real quick. So like in elementary school, I didn't really. I mean, I was more like, well, actually, MC Hammer, or no. Well, yeah, MC Hammer for sure.
No way.
The first, but like also the Big Butt song. Like there was a kid.
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Because I was like, born in 83. So like in late 80s, I was like, and like, so this kid was like, he was like the coolest kid because he knew the whole fucking song. He could just rap it. It was like I was like in 3rd grade or something. I was just like, whoa, this kid fucking sick. And like the whole song. So that was a big deal, And then but I mean in junior high though, I remember it was all about like that Coolio song. The whole like Gangster's Paradise thing. That was a big deal.
Oh,
and then that California like song with Tupac and shit. Then of course Tupac died and all that. So like that was a big thing. But yeah, and then like, but after that, like I mean, it was all about the Chronic and stuff, like Dr. Dre, of course. And, and in high school, the Chronic 2000 came out or whatever.
Anything that Death Row was putting out at that time was
So since you guys were into that stuff, have you ever heard of Big L?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, okay, word. Because like, I noticed like a lot of people from California, some people are either one way or the other, or they're like you guys. They're like Matt and Bill. They're like, oh, we'll listen to everything.
Casey, and I'm not gonna go as deep as I would probably love to go, but Casey is right. I can go deeper on the hip hop thing, and it was so poetry was my first thing. Art was my first thing. Then poetry. And then poetry happened, and then the correlation between poetry and rap. That was what took me into rap. And it was like, when I was in 5th grade, like crisscross, wanting to be like these kids that wear their clothes backwards and they're rhyming to beats and all this. And then it just started slowly becoming, just all about the poetry. Like I never stopped writing poetry. So what I was going to get into is Wu-Tang, all that stuff came to me really early as well. A lot of the guys that I hung out with that did listen to hip hop, we didn't call it hip hop back then. We called it rap. But I kind of separate the two things because like the gangster rap to me, I don't put it in the same category as, hip hop and the abstract hip hop or more intelligent writing hip hop styles of the East Coast, but that ended up also happening on the West Coast not that long after it was happening on the East Coast, but it just it didn't get the notoriety that it was supposed to get over on the West Coast because gangster rap just trumped everything, you know?
Brutal, man.
Like Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, the NWA, like totally just made gangster rap the thing on the West Coast, you know? So it was always that. And it became like a huge industry. And there's tons of great stuff that came out of gangster rap that I love still to this day. I can't relate to it because I'm just a white boy in Pacifica, but it's still something that I love listening to. And it's got an aesthetic and a feel from the Bay Area too, but really the intelligent hip hop stuff is what I gravitate towards more because of the poetry, because of the beats and the production and just like all the intelligence that actually goes into it. And if you like to listen to people rattle off crazy rhymes, then it's, you know, there's plenty of that out there that I could feed you, you know.
No, yeah.
And you being in New York though, growing up, I'm sure it got to you way quicker. Yeah.
Tribe Called Quest, you know, like just all the classics like I grew up with, man. It's cool because I'm always curious about that with other metalheads. I'm like, did you grow up with hip hop at all? Did you know anything about it? And then like you said, it is really intelligent, the poetry side of it, and then like, you know, the mixing side of it, and like the 90s, like the golden age of hip hop in New York, like bro, they invented DJing, we invented scratching and sampling, and like, you know, that's how like all these great songs came
sampling
to life.
too. That's a whole deep. And okay, dude, I'll recommend something real quick. I don't want to cut you off and start rambling again, but I do want to recommend something. Copyright Criminals. It was an independent documentary that gives you the whole history of hip hop sampling and what happened, you know, legally. You know, in the 90s, there was some crazy, awesome creative shit that was going on with sampling, and then everybody was like, I want my cut. So Copyright Criminals, look that shit up. I'm sure it's probably got a, you know, a free thing on YouTube or whatever, but if you can rent it, give the guys who did that documentary a few bucks, go rent it on Amazon Prime if they got it or some shit. Copyright Criminals.
Sounds sick. I'm definitely,
yeah, you just get the whole dude. The drummer of James Brown is the #1 sampled drummer of all time, and he didn't get a dime from it. You know,
Clyde,
the funky drummer beat, the
well, like every James Brown song was.
No, I know, but I'm saying like that
documentary on James Brown, and they like. Yeah. Did you guys know that he fined his players for fucking?
Yes, of course, yeah. That's what that 5 meant. That's what that meant. Yeah.
That's 5.
But it became more than that later. But it was just like,
he would fine you what, $5 or 500?
Yeah, like
$5, $50, $500, whatever he decided.
Depends how bad you.
However low he was on cocaine,
worth of blow, like whatever.
I was gonna say, however low he was on cocaine before the set is how much you get fined.
Oh yeah, if you fucked up, you ruined this whole night.
But that's whole night. But yeah, Copyright Criminals.
Anthony used to do that to us on tour too.
Yeah, dude. I had a deep cocaine habit on bloodletting, dude.
Oh, that's terrible.
No, I didn't.
Good.
If cocaine was trying to beat Dan Eggers at Mortal Kombat, then yes, I had a deep cocaine problem, dude.
Oh man.
God.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
All right. So now let's get back into you again.
Yeah, I want to hear more from Sean, and I want to get into the Decrepit stuff. I really want to.
Yeah, I want to talk about Decrepit Birth and what we're doing with the new with this new album coming up that we're writing right now, and
hell yeah,
you know, all this new stuff I'm doing with my new band that I'm coming out with. You know, I know a bunch of people saw we have Mac Smith filling in every now and again.
Awesome
for Bill. Mac is also a part of this secret project I mentioned earlier that I haven't released yet. Ooh. So that's kind of how we got Mac on board with Decrepit. Is, you know, I was showing Mac, I'm like, dude, this kid's amazing. He's sick, he's hungry, he's ready to go. check out the stuff he did for my EP. And he's like, it's amazing. And yeah, now we have him to kind of help us out because Bill can't tour all the time with us. It's just it's his situation.
Yeah.
But he is always going to be in the band and he's always going to tour with us like whenever he can. So like this next tour we're doing in July, he's going to be on vocals.
Sick.
You know, and
I know that's a weird thing, but like I it's like Max is super sick dude. He's been on the show and I think his vocals are dope as fuck. So it's like, however, you know, Bill's been there since the beginning. So it's like, it's kind of like weird to think of Decrepit Birth without Bill. But at the same time, like I know Max more than I said. Did I say Mac?
Mac.
What did I say?
Max.
Did I say Max?
Mac, he sounds amazing. Who fucking cares?
yeah.
Max.
It's a very easy
Mac attack.
Mac truck.
Correction.
Mac truck.
I think Mac truck.
Mac is dope and his vocals are dope, and I know it's gonna be sick with him on it too.
Hell yeah, dude.
But yeah. Decrepit Bill too. So it's like,
video,
oh, man,
that he put out for that cover he did for Hieroglyphic was just really sick. Him at the beach.
Yeah, I saw that.
Awesome. I didn't know he was gonna do it at the beach. I was like, whoa! I was really surprised.
I do remember that video, and that was sick as fuck, dude.
That's dude. I would fucking be so stoked if I was like fishing on that beach and I just turned around and there's like some dude with headphones and a fucking sure mic, just like, and he's just screaming into it.
Yeah.
And like, you're all like, fuck yeah, I wonder what he's up to. He's got his headphones on and shit. It's awesome. I just think he sounds amazing. He's a very smart guy. You know, he was able to like pick up everything we were saying, and like vocalists are tough, man. No offense, but you guys are hard. Some of you are very particular, and Mac is very adaptable, like, which is great. And he's like, I want to do this however you guys want me to do it. And we're like, no, just do it however you do. And he's like, no, like, give me some advice. Like, tell me how you want it. And like him and Matt talked about a lot of stuff, what Matt's envisioning for the vocals, and Mac just fucking kills it. I know it must be confusing to say Matt and Mac. I'll try to talk slower. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Murray can agree with me that Anthony is definitely one of the most difficult vocalists to work with in the industry. By far, Anthony is just, man,
I can tell.
Dude.
Yeah. I can tell.
Anthony, I love you, man.
When my feathers get ruffled, dude.
Murray, what you got?
How many bands have you quit?
Oh, dude.
That's a good question, actually. Because there's a lot of member changes and a lot of.
I quit Flatline. I quit that new metal band that I was talking about. So that is one. Shit.
That's one.
Not only is it one, but it's shitty. It's something that still sticks with me because I quit on stage, dude. And it was really under peer pressure from our bass player. Like I didn't even really have to quit the band, but I was like young and being like manipulated by my bass player that ended up going on and doing nothing with me, dude. After that, we had this idea of starting a death grind band, and then it never fucking happened, you know. So but I mean, it's whatever, but I still feel bad about, because I am in touch with the other guys that I quit on, and we're cool now, but it's just like I always let them know every time we talk. I'm like, I'm really sorry about doing it that one time, dude. Like I'd never really wanted to do it. I was being kind of pressured into it, and I feel bad about like quitting on stage, dude. Even though it's like
that? Can you go over that play by play with me?
It's literally I finished the set and I was just like, dude, we're done.
How do you quit on stage, bro?
Well, I quit on stage in front of like 14 people, and half of them were our fucking, you know, friends.
That's a big audience when you're in your teens, you know.
Right. It is true.
That's true. That's insane.
Yeah. And I remember looking back at the guys and seeing the looks on their faces, and it still haunts me. I'm like, oh, dude, that was one of those asshole moments of your life where you're like, fuck, dude, that was the wrong decision. Like we could have waited until after we got off stage to say that, you know.
Yeah.
We announced it to the crowd, but I guess You live and you learn, dude.
Be on YouTube, dude. It should be like
So this next song is called whatever it is, but just want to let you guys know, quick announcement. Quitting the band right after this song.
Dude.
This is the last song.
All right, guys. 1, 2, 3.
You guys never started off. Like, whoa, bro.
Have you guys seen the videos on YouTube where they like the singer like punches the drummer and stuff? And
yes,
I did see that one.
He got laid.
There's a few those are good ones, dude. Yeah.
Damn,
or like drunk drummer, dude. Those are really funny, dude.
Drunk drummer.
When the drummer is like super just blasted, dude, and just like can't play, and like, dude, the guitarist just comes over and just like attacks him, like whatever.
Yeah, I gotta say, I honestly, whenever drummers do fuck up, and this goes out to all drummers, I feel like that inside. I will never do anything, but inside, when you miss a note or you add an extra note, like everything just explodes in my brain, and it hurts. It hurts my feelings.
Oh, I'm not talking about like someone messing up though. I'm just talking about someone who's like falling over the drum set, like drunk.
Well, that too. I mean, all of it.
Yeah,
even if you mess up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding about that part.
But imagine just like trying to play like a Decrepit set and you're like blasted drunk. That'd be impossible, dude.
It's happened.
It's happened.
Oh yeah. I've been drunk on stage.
No,
for
I mean, like on drums, you know.
On drums? Like, oh no, fuck you. Can't do that. No way. Have you done that? Have you ever gotten buzzed before playing for Decrep?
No. That would be a bad thing. So
you can't do it. What about weed? Would you smoke weed before you play a set?
Nah.
Why not? What the fuck?
Stick clicks, my God. What are you talking about? Dude,
stick clicks, my God.
Dude, I'm excited to come see you guys. I'm gonna come. I'm definitely gonna come to your
sick.
show.
Dude, that's awesome. I love when you come out to the shows, man. I hope you and Joel and Anthony and everyone can come out.
I've definitely met you at a few shows in the back.
Yeah, I think the first one was the DNA Lounge.
Yeah.
We were playing. Decrepit was playing there. Or not the DNA Lounge.
Those Slims, right? Was it the one with Derek was on the tour and Chase? Was that the one with the
No, I wasn't there. Samus was definitely drumming.
Oh, obviously Derek. Yeah. Obviously Derek. You were yeah.
But Derek wasn't there. I was there.
Did you play in before Derek or just after?
So just after. After.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was DNA Lounge. Was that show?
I think so. I think I've met you at one or two of the shows. Were you in Texas at one point at a show as well in the past? Like in another state? I feel like you were also in another state randomly. And you're like, oh shit, you guys are in town and I'm gonna fucking come swing by.
I don't think I saw Decrepit out of town. No, I haven't seen him out of town. It might have been someone else. Yeah, but
I've definitely seen you at like one or two of the shows.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, and I've seen you guys a bunch. Like it's in different places too. Like different, like I saw you guys at the Great American Music Hall. That was I'm sure you were on that one.
EMA. I might have been.
This is Bill. And
I have a terrible fucking memory.
I think Origin played that night, and it was like probably like 20, I don't know, 13, 12, 11, somewhere or 11 around there sometime. Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, I was definitely young. I was like 21, 22, something like that when I first met you.
Yeah, I remember that was a fun one, and I actually lived down the street at that time. I like lived in downtown. Oh, Anthony's back. Yeah, dude, it was cool. I like walked up the street like a block or 2 blocks and just saw you guys play and Origin and everybody. And
I wish I could do that. I wish I could just walk up the street and go to a sick death metal venue.
I was sitting here just listening to you guys, but because you're in backstage waiting to come back in if you leave because Casey is the gatekeeper, and
or Joel, but he's not here. So I have to try to
Where is Joel right now?
He's at St. Leprous. And where's
Joel's seeing Leprous and Joseph's at Defeated Sanity. So they're both at two different. Yeah. They're having dude. Live shows are fucking back, dude. Any chance you get,
you gotta go out, man. Get out there, and support our favorite bands.
Hell yeah, dude. That's what's up, dude. And that's what's good about having 4 hosts on a podcast, dude. Two of us leave. We still got 2 of us.
Assemble.
Yeah. But you guys are talking about Great American Music Hall. That's another venue that's a gem to me in San Francisco that not a lot of people talk about, you know? All the shows that have ever been to a Great American Music Hall have been fucking top notch, dude.
Can you describe the venue for me? Because I don't remember.
It's big.
It's
big.
bigger. It's
Is
bigger.
it like a warehouse in Oakland?
It's actually it's not as big as you remember.
It's in San Francisco on Van Ness, like the main.
It's one of those places. It's old school. It's like theater-esque.
I've played there.
Yeah. And it's got an upper balcony that sits around it. And you always remember it as being bigger than it actually is. You get there and you're like, oh, this feels smaller than I always remember it. But it's for some reason, your memories of Great American Music Hall are always bigger than the actual venue is.
I think I played there not only with Decrepit, but also when I filled in for when I played bass for Decapitated on the At the Gates tour. I think we stopped off there, and Bill came out to that show, which was sick.
And for how the size of the venue too, the stage is actually kind of small. It's not super high off the floor, and you would think it would be bigger. I've seen huge acts there, but they're kind of more compact on that stage.
That's where I saw Death to All with Sean Reinert on drums, rest in peace. And,
dude, rest in peace.
Gene Hoglan also played, and the whole it was insane. They played the songs with Paul Masvidal and everything, and it was all that stuff. And then they played
shit.
Well, I'm jealous.
That was crazy. And then I saw Sleep there, which was really good. The band Sleep, you know them?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's like you get closer to the stage at that place, like that you can it's pretty intimate, you know. It feels big, but it's still intimate. And it really
I do remember the stage being like close to the audience level, or closer than most places.
It is definitely.
I like a thick barricade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a nice
there's a quote.
Either we have a deep space and a barricade, or no stage at all, and we're all on the same fucking level.
There you go.
Right, none of this in between stuff.
All the being at the audience level shows that I've ever done too, nobody's really gotten hurt, so it's like you really could just fucking keep doing it that way. But then the people in the back can't see you.
Yeah, I mean that sucks. But there's cameras, and also come up front.
Yeah. So I got some questions for Sean. So for fun. So I was like re-listening to like some of the I was listening to Axis Mundi, right?
Mundi.
Mundi. Oh, is it Mundi? Axis
I think so. I don't know. Honestly, I'm terrible with this.
Say it right.
We're all trying to speak a different language right now, guys.
It's Mundi. Okay, got it. Anyways,
I'm on this record.
It's sick. Okay. I love it. No, it's great. You did a great job.
Really? You love it? That's awesome, dude.
I do, yeah. And I was like listening back to some old shit. I like re-listened to In Time Begins, just kind of like, just like on the stereo, just kind of rocking out and getting in the mood, it's like Christmas time, but it's like Sean Martinez time. So like into some Decrepit. But I was like, dude, like what songs did you do off In Time Begins? I'm curious, like which ones you play, because I was laughing with Anthony on the phone too about like, we played this one that we can't remember, like, oh wait, we played this one, and did you guys play like a lot? Did you just do some of the ones, or did you do some of the ones that you stopped playing, or what was?
I mean, just over the course of the time I played with.
Yeah, like I'm just curious.
Vortex, Infest. God, what other songs?
Which one? Vortex? Which one? What's that?
No, that's off of Axis, not.
Oh,
or actually, Axis. No, I'm thinking of. You know what's funny? I was thinking of Genocide. I was confusing Vortex and Genocide because they both have that slow intro style to them. But yeah, of Genocide, Infest.
Is Infest the slow intro song?
No, Infest is like dun 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 dun.
Oh yeah.
Casey could play that on drums right now, by the way, for everybody.
No, I couldn't.
If you wanted to.
No, I could not. Definitely could not. I would like get like 30 seconds in and then forget. Like, wait, does it go? No, I can't remember.
Just close your eyes. Yeah. Remember what weed smells like. Bill dancing. Bill's ass shaking around in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
If you could remember those things, you could play any Decrepit Birth song. It's like riding a bike.
You guys did Prelude, right?
Yes, Prelude to the Apocalypse. That was
did you do Time Begins?
No. I have not played And Time
Oh,
Begins.
you lucky you.
Why? I want to play that song.
That
That's
song's
a
a
good one.
bitch. No, yeah,
It's a
totally
tough
not.
one. That's why it's
No,
the
just
title
kidding.
track.
You probably would just murder it. Yeah, no, that's a good one. I love that song actually. Is there other ones you guys did, or are those the ones?
That's just it for off of that
Okay.
album.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I want to do like the whole album. I want to actually. I would really like to like just record the whole album and like
Yeah,
remix
just
and master it
insane.
and like
Yeah.
re-release it somehow, some way.
Anthony and I had a joke. Might as well just say it because we're not going to do it. But we were like, dude, let's do a fucking Odious Mortem cover of Rebirth of Consciousness, like on the next like album that we're doing. Just like
Dude,
this
that'd be
insane.
sick.
Just like
should
Pete's
do that.
recorded, like totally
Casey's
fucked up.
saying
Like,
it was his idea, and I was like,
could never
dude,
play it all the
that'd
way
be-
through.
That
It's
would be
impossible.
cool.
You could do it, man.
No, I
You
think
could
we
totally do it.
a cover.
we're
If we
just
actually
kidding.
did an actual cover, it would.
I mean, how funny would that be? That it's all like we like really go for
The
it. and
first
Anthony's all,
odious cover, and we just cover your other
Rebirth
band that
of
you
Consciousness.
guys. Half of
No,
us
but
were
have
in.
you-
More
have you
than
listened
half of us
the
were in.
best.
Have you
I'm
li-
definitely. I was even thinking about for so like the project I've been working on with Mac and some other people back here on Long Island. I was thinking for the album, after we would do an album together, I want to do like a straight up like all covers record
Yeah, dude. That
and
that's
just like
fun
go
stuff,
to
dude.
town and have like maybe some friends guest on it, you know what I mean, and stuff like
Hell
that.
yeah.
Do some
See,
cool kind of like
I'm
what Between the Buried and Me did.
That's
a
what I
long
was
time
just
ago.
gonna fucking dude. You
Yeah.
beat me to it. That record
was
is
amazing.
so good, dude. That record is so good.
That King's X cover is one of my favorite covers of all time, man.
There's
I
so
used to
many,
listen to
dude.
that on
Even
repeat.
like the Counting Crows cover, you're like,
Yeah,
God,
that
make
one
it
was
fuck-
good too. That
You're
was
like,
good
oh
too.
shit! Between the Buried and Me can fucking cover Counting Crows and make it sound sick. The Queen cover, the King Crimson cover, 3 is a Perfect Pair, dude. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
dude, listen to this compared to the first one. Is you're like, oh, there's parts of this that I almost like better than the King Crimson.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
You know?
Yeah, they did some stuff that was great. Even the bicycle Queen cover they did
Yeah.
was like really
Yeah.
impressive, man. Really
Very
cool.
impressive, dude.
Yeah,
Totally.
I don't want to do like music like that for my cover stuff. I want it to be all metal. You know, I want to do like Decapitated.
But you're
Fallen,
thinking with like
Suicide,
that aesthetic though. It's like
even Meshuggah, some old Meshuggah, you know, stuff like that. Older Necrophagists, earlier Necrophagists, and stuff like that.
That would
Just
still
things
be
that like inspire.
following that aesthetic where it's like every song is a different style of death metal.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically.
Paying homage to all your favorite aspects of the genre. You know.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to do it.
Deicide songs would be crazy or harder to do as a vocalist. Well, now it's actually more common with like guys like Mac and stuff with the
I was about to say I'll just have Mac do all that.
Yeah, he could do Glenn Benton's fast vocals no problem, dude. He's like the Tech 9 of death metal vocalists.
You know what's funny? I'm actually on my Pro Tool session here, I have like a small clip of that project I've been working on with Mac and some other people here on Long Island.
Yeah,
we haven't released the name or any links or anything yet. But dude, this part I pulled up, I chose it specifically because Mac is rapping on it, like screaming. But it's fucking like it sounds good. It doesn't sound cheesy or weird or like hip hop at it. It sounds metal as hell. I'm like, this is great.
I you know, it's I haven't been really exposed to too many vocalists who do it, you know, in the game. Because again, going back to what I was saying, it's hard for me to dig right now for music, even though I used to love digging for it. Just my pie chart, the time has been dwindled down to a little sliver, you know, digging for music. But this going back to hip hop again, being a hip hop fan and loving the quick tongue shit that I used to grow up on, Bone Thugs and Harmony, you know, 3-6 Mafia, and all these
Calico, Tech 9, all
Tech 9, and like I already dropped, and so I've always loved that like cadence and that skill of being able to say words in that fashion, you know. And I've been able to do it as a rapper myself. I haven't written anything like that in a while, but I just always leaned on that. So now seeing it come into the tech death realm with guys who are capable of pulling that off at the speed that everybody's fucking doing metal now, it's like I don't know if I could. Maybe I could try and well, I know. Oh shit! I almost just
ask
said
Mac, man. Maybe take
I almost
some lessons from him. I don't know. I don't know how he does it. Like I said, I can't scream or sing for shit.
Yeah.
So
I almost just let a cat firmly out of the bag, and I just caught myself. Though it's good. Surprise involves with what I was just talking about, but yeah, fast vocals. I can do them. But Odious got quicker on this album, so I need to step up the game a little bit.
I'm excited, man. I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Yeah, I want all of us want everybody to hear it, but it's still in some stages. But hey, Casey's done. That's all we know.
You finished drums?
Yep, drums are done for the new Odious record.
That's like the best part of the recording process.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
right? Isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because you get to use all the sick mics and like a whole board, and a big ass drum set, and whatever brand new cymbals and all that.
Oh yeah,
shit.
dude. Casey
really
got set up. He's in a nice spot where he had a good setup and got to do it at his leisure, and it fucking came out so good, dude. It came out really good, dude.
Yeah. How many days did you spend on drum recording, Casey?
I can't remember exactly. Like it was like 3 days kind of, and then like if I had a fourth day, I think.
Sick. That's awesome.
Like that. I did it over New Year's, like that whole weekend, because at the studio I knew like no one was going to be there, you know, and I was like, whatever. So like I was there at like 7 a.m. on like New Year's Day, like it's shit, like recording. Yeah, it was crazy, but it was cool. It's my first time recording myself doing it. But Alex,
you tracked yourself.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Dude,
but Alex, our guitarist, you know, Alex Spacey from Ominous Ruin, he's playing in Odious now.
Sick.
He's engineering it, and he studied engineering, you know, at Expressions, you know, out there in Oakland.
Wow.
So he knows what he's doing. It was really cool, and so like actually just kind of worked out where we kind of started it as just like a test, just to see if it would even work. And I got some different mics and kind of finished my whole setup, and then then he was like, oh cool, then he just took it and just like worked with it and just like, how about this? And it was just like, okay, like fuck yeah, so we're just like, oh shit, we'll just do it, like fuck, I guess, like, and so it was really fun. And
that's actually
it's all
that's
done.
Something new. I'm starting out here in Long Island and in New York in the tri-state area. I built this rig actually.
Oh, killer, look at that.
Yeah, this is like my whole little Dante Midas setup. It's a mess right now, but I'm in the middle of cleaning up and re-racking, adding some other wireless racks and stuff in here. But basically, like what I'm doing is I'm able to, like, you know, bring myself that rack and a bunch of really good mics to your practice space or wherever you jam, wherever you think your drums sound the best. So you don't even have to move them. You know, you could just sit in your basement or wherever you're at and you know, put your mics on and get your toms or, you know, whatever, tune your drums however you really like and get them in the room how you think they sound the best. And then I could just come over 32 channels in, record right to the computer, bring it all back to the studio, edit, mix, and, you know, basically do that, but have like another addition to that scenario out there as well. It's sick. I'm glad you did it like that. It's probably a sick learning curve for you.
Well, it's funny because I had this like long computer thing that I'm not going to bore everybody with, but it was like took me like 2 years to it was like driving me insane. Like, but anyways, yeah, like I had to record with this old computer that was like a standard hard drive, you know.
Gotcha.
And it was like, what is it, like 8 gigs of RAM and like an old HD, and like, so it was like it worked, but we had some problems sometimes. I'd do some sick take and I'm like, no, and it like totally just glitched. Fuck, do it again, you know. But since then, because I have these old interfaces that are FireWire, so like the problem is the transfer over from the old hard drive to the solid state ones when I upgrade the old Macs, like it like wasn't pulling the old driver file like over the right way. And so like it was like not working with my interfaces, my 16 channel PreSonus ones that like I'm not gonna just buy two new 8 channel, you know, chain fucking interfaces for like $1,500 whatever. I don't want to spend that, you know. Right. So anyways, just racking, but I finally got it. And so after I do the recording, now I'm like, oh, now I have it working, and it's got like my old up, you know, basically I, you know, upgraded the Mac Mini to like a 16 gig of RAM to like, you know, with solid state, and it's working finally. Like, and it's just, oh god, it's so much faster and better. It's like,
that's sick. Fuck, you know? Yeah.
So now I'm like way stoked. So I want to do like streaming stuff and more shit, because my old computer just couldn't handle it, you know. I barely got the recording done, you know, but it worked. Just slow, you know.
It's old, man. That's what we had. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
I just now, this computer is the first Mac I've ever had. I don't even know what it is. What you guys are saying, Mac 3?
That's an iMac,
like this may be like the Mac.
It's the one with the screen, right?
7.
It's a screen, Anthony, right? It's a screen.
It's got a screen.
Yeah, it's an iMac then. Yeah.
And you guys are on that screen, so I'm chill.
iMac.
Does it have a plastic cone that goes?
I don't have a tower. It's all one. Yeah, plastic cone, dude.
Those old from the 90s, man.
And they're like you can get your transparent color
like a computer screen, tube computer screen, computer all in one. And it was like, and they came in like 4 different colors, like blue, orange, red. You remember those?
Dude, yep. Do you remember the first time?
Mine's like the current version of that then, because mine's an all-in-one. I don't have a fucking tower or anything. It's all in the
sick.
I remember
one thing.
I remember the time I threw out my or gave away or whatever, properly disposed of my last tube like monitor, you know, like the full old computer tube monitors, you know?
Gotcha.
And I was like, I got rid of it, and I was like, well, I guess this is the future now. Like flat screens, dude. Like it was just like, wow, like it was like so amazing.
I was so happy.
Oh yeah.
I remember my last a heavy fucking TV for somebody.
Oh, dude, I had one of those hunkers, dude. The last one I had was a hunker, like 1,000, not 1,000 pounds. It felt like 1,000 pounds, it's like 100 pounds.
Oh yeah, no, dude. Whenever like my friends would move or I would move, have to call up each other and be like, "Yo, I need like 2 of you guys come over. I gotta move my TV in my bed, you know, or on my couches and whatever." But
the projector screen, our kids won't even know what that is, dude. Like the deep projector screen where the like projects onto the screen from behind it, but you have to have that depth.
Yeah, dude. I got one of those new fancy projectors for myself and for bands and other people to rent out here, and dude, it's fucking great.
I think that they've come a long way with that technology too.
They really
like, a lot of people are saying like projector in certain cases is kind of like the best option.
Yeah, I mean,
or not, maybe not the best option, but a really good. It's in the running for being a very good option for certain people.
Yeah, like your eyes can only see so much.
My eyes can't see shit, dude. I need to go to the fucking eye doctor.
Well, go, man. What the fuck?
I know.
Go to Walmart. They have one at Walmart, bro.
It's so funny. I was just gonna bring up. I had a conversation with my wife last night. Like, we just need to make a Costco run. Just throw me in the eye section. Too. Throw me in the eye section. You go and do your shopping, and I'll get my eyes checked out and figure out what I actually have to do. But I just hate wearing glasses, dude.
Yeah, glasses suck. I'm sorry. I
don't have to wear contacts. Them, also are not an option for me because I have sensitive eyes, you know. So it's like I shouldn't say sensitive. When I put things in my eyes don't like it. That's what it is. My eyes don't like shit in. So it's just like contacts won't really work for a longevity. So I need to wear the glasses, but then the glasses suck. But
maybe they have a laser. Blurry. They'll just fucking shoot lasers into your eyes.
I know, that's another scary thing too, dude. So many people.
Why is that scary? That's so sick. We're like in the future now. They can they could grab you.
You have to meet like requirements for those surgeries, though.
shoot laser beams into each one of your eyeballs while they're like holding them open like fucking crazy.
Speaking of eyeballs, have you seen Raised by Wolves? There's so much fucking eyeball shit in that show.
No, I did see the new Jackass though last night.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
I
it's
really
on
want to see it.
Paramount Plus. There's so many dicks in it. Oh my
It's back.
god!
Oh, I have Paramount Plus. Dude,
See, watch that. You're welcome.
Where's the
Watch that
Anthony
shit.
Drunk alert? I need the Anthony Drunk alert because I just said Paramount Plus. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna leave it up for a minute. I think
But
it's
I
about
do
time.
I do
Gotta
have
make up
that
for
app,
lost drunk time.
That's
We gotta.
sick. But I wanted to see it in the theater because I remember it was Jackass 2 that I distinctly remember going to the midnight showing of that the day that it opened, and it was a fucking riot, dude. Like everybody in that theater was, already had pre-gamed before they went in because it's the midnight showing. Like, what else are you gonna do before going to go see Jackass at midnight? You're gonna have a few drinks, smoke some joints, fucking, maybe go, obviously you're gonna go out to dinner. You're gonna go out to dinner. You're gonna start drinking. You're gonna start smoking, and then you're gonna make your way to Jackass. And so everybody's just on that level with you in the and everybody's howling the whole time. So that element I wanted to recreate, but it's not. Is it still in the theaters now?
I don't know. I saw it on Paramount Plus last night, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna watch this shit." So I watched it
with like Bam's story, kind of like made me kind of like fall away from it for a second. Like,
I feel bad because like I definitely feel like Bam not being in the movie, although like I will say, like, if you sign an agreement to not get drunk or get wasted or get high, like you sign
and everybody else is doing it, and
everybody else is doing it too, like, and you fucking break the chain, like,
and that's
like,
not the first time that was the situation, because it was kind of after Steve-O's sobriety was what made Jackass say, okay, we're not going to party at all during these shootings, so Steve-O could be on board,
right?
And so now they're doing it again with the same criteria, and you just see who. And I love the CKY videos, and I love everything.
Dude, all the CKY videos are amazing.
Yeah, dude, I love it all.
That's
so
what
it's
started
like
Jackass,
it's
with Ryan Dunn and Bam and all them and all the guys in CKY, Bam's brother and stuff,
and that gave me so much joy watching all that stuff, and I still have pride in owning the physical copies of the DVDs, but seeing what can happen if you lose control and never really gain it back again.
Yeah, that's terrible, man.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll is a thing, dude, but it's like everything's a spectrum, dude, and you lean farther one way, it's gonna be hard to be pulled out of the vortex,
Yeah, no, for sure. And like that's why I tell people, I'm like,
and
I
trauma.
smoke a lot of weed, man. Just stick to weed.
I stick to
not
weed.
that hard.
I only drink during these podcasts, really.
It's actually the softest drug there is.
Weed's always been a friend to me, dude.
It's like a comfortable pillow or like your favorite blanket. It's just there.
That or like the hippie what is it? The hippie speedball, which is coffee and weed in the morning. Such a great combination to start my day, dude.
Just go to Starbucks and spend like $8 unnecessarily on a cup of coffee with like 8 shots of espresso in it,
and
then smoke a fucking fat blunt.
Dude, and then crank some good music, and then you're like, oh, dude, what do I have to do today? Let's get some shit done.
That's awesome. Yeah, exactly. You're prepped now. You're ready.
I know,
That's
dude.
the way to go.
But back to the Jackass thing, like you signed the agreement. That's it, dude. You blew it.
Yeah, and I know there's definitely like a warning system, because I'm sure some of those guys didn't fully stay sober either, during that time. Like I guarantee you, like there's definitely they either were smoking some weed or drinking a beer or two, like to calm their nerves and shit. Because listen, like not for nothing, if a bunch of my friends were like, "Yo, Sean, jump off this building into a bush for $1 million," I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna fucking do it, but I think I want to hit this joint first before I go running off this building into a bush for $1 million."
Yeah, yeah.
Because that's essentially what they did, dude. They were jumping off of buildings and like pushing each other into cars and shopping carts and parking lots and shit, and like fucking beating each other up all the time. And they're millionaires because of it. So there's a
I
lot of
don't know if actually, you go into
maybe I shouldn't say millionaires, but over the years they have definitely their franchise.
the first season they didn't make much off of. I think it was like $200 a fucking stunt, dude.
No.
In the beginning, dude, it was so low. It was really low, like and then after it started to grow, they started to ask for and assign contracts and get more money and shit. But dude, the first season, there was definitely little money for the guys, dude.
I gotta say though, it's really funny. I'm just realizing this now, but because of the whole contract thing and the drug scandal, it's almost like they're like a sports franchise.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like the
Mhm.
NBA or the MLB or whatever.
It
Like,
could
oh,
be.
you can't do drugs. We're gonna test you. We're gonna, we're gonna
Yeah.
fine you. We're gonna, exclude you if you do the A, B, C, and
What if you
D.
found out there was a Jackass union, like, just for them?
Yeah, are there guys like in line to be in Jackass? Is there like a secret fantasy Jackass league of like
There's new
fucking idiots
people.
out there?
Isn't there new people in the
There
new
are
movie?
there are a couple new people on it.
Yeah,
I'm not
dude.
gonna give it away for you. I want you
But
to watch
that's
it.
fine. I already knew that because I'd seen it. Like, I followed them on Instagram for a while, and but it's funny. Like, what you're saying is totally
It's
it could
weird.
be plausible.
Like
There's
sports,
people who are
like
like,
professional sports now.
one day
Jackass.
I'm gonna be in Jackass, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Jackass. I'm gonna make a lot of money, like, kicking people in the balls and getting kicked in the balls and sick, good for you.
Yeah, I know, right? Well,
Yeah.
anybody
That's
if I
wild
can,
though, but like, I feel bad for Bam, and I think that I wish he was in the movie. I hope that
yeah,
in the future they all reconcile, and I feel like they will, at some point or another. And it looks like they're trying to keep the Jackass thing going forever, which is
yeah,
cool. And I think that's why they named the movie Jackass Forever and introduced some new people, and like
yeah.
they're just trying to make it more of like a franchise and keep it
Well,
going for years,
so
which is cool.
just to keep it in the conversation of what we were saying, like how earlier we were talking about the origins of things, the seeds of things. So like Jackass, that's got to be like slapstick comedy. Is
Oh
like
yeah.
Three Stooges style shit is the beginning of what makes everybody laugh at Jackass.
Oh,
But
definitely.
that's the current day Three Stooges. Only there's 15 Stooges, and they do the craziest shit you've ever seen,
Yeah, yeah, dude, wild shit. And then there's like other franchises out there or whatever, or companies, whatever you want, bands, merry bands of lads and ladies who are also jumping off of buildings into bushes and having
Yeah.
their genitalia bitten by random reptiles and shit. Oh my god, look at this. Look, I'm
New
mad.
background. Oh, and then
Oh wait. Yeah.
look at Casey's just having a blast in the background. He's not even on here with us.
That's sick. That's really sick. Dude, whatchamacallit? It is getting kind of late over here for me. It's like
Been
12:30
holding
in
you,
the
dude,
morning.
and actually, so what? This is it's got to be about 2.5 hours, including what we're gonna hear in the beginning. I don't know how
Oh,
you're
that's
gonna
sick.
cut all that
You
together.
have like you could see this side, my hair on this side, or my hair down on the other side, if you want, at the same fucking time. Technology is amazing. Or if I duck down, it's like a mat. Yeah, there you go. Dude, Matt, what the fuck is that, bro?
I don't know. Casey's just going. He just decided to just turn this into a
Damn.
house
That was
party or
did you make
something.
that?
No, just looking at these features, it's super funny.
That's so fat.
Oh man, I don't like know exactly how to. I'm like learning how to use this whole like software here that we're using now for the live stream, and it's really funny because Joel's like, not available tonight, so he runs this, so it's pretty hilarious, dude.
Well, you're finding all his funny buttons and shit. Oh, look at that. That's sick. You could just like black out.
Yeah.
Someone gets naked, you could censor it out with that real quick. That's pretty cool.
Well, Sean, dude.
Whoa.
We had even though I was shaking I had a great time. Even though I was shaking the beginning with all the bullshit, it doesn't matter, dude. This is great. I think that like
awesome.
This is what happened. It just shows it's like we don't give a shit about like the technical aspects of it. We're still gonna have an episode for you. And there was some great conversation in a lot of this, dude. So I'm glad you were able to fucking come on with us, dude. Did we lose him? Is he gone?
Oh no.
He just muted right on it.
The mic isn't connected. Oh no, what happened? No. Oh, is he back?
No, we lost him. He's right there. We got audio, or we got video, but no audio.
It's like, I think it's mic.
Well.
Oh no, dude. Well, that was a good episode.
Yeah. No, it was fun.
Very unique experience. Yes.
Unique experience. This is us. Well, dude, if we're gonna do this live every single week, there's no way that we're not gonna have little hiccups here and there. And we needed to be tested tonight,
Definitely we were tested.
You were tested way more than me. I just had to click buttons and get back in, But it's all good, dude.
Definitely.
No, it's all good. I still had a great time tonight. Sean's an awesome dude. I wish his mic would work at the very end, but it's not.
Here we can see him.
Yeah, his handsome face is still here with us, dude.
He's talking. We just can't hear what he's saying.
Yeah, dude.
No.
I had a great time tonight. Thank you to everybody who was hanging out with us, dude.
Oh, there we go. Now we can see the picture a little bit.
Yeah. And I don't know if you probably don't even know how to raid anybody, Casey, do you?
Oh, dude, no.
All right, we're not raiding anybody tonight. Sorry,
I'm not.
Shit.
Wait, did we get him back? We got him back.
Oh, he's back. Yes.
Can you guys
hear you now?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Oh my god, good. Because before we sign off, I just wanted to show you guys this little clip I prepared for the end of the show. I just wanted to show you guys this like quick clip of this band that I've been working on in silent. Mac is on vocals on this band.
Oh, dude, sweet.
We have some other members that I'm going to announce, but this is the all bass project. So there's, no guitars on this. I made my bass sound like a guitar and I used all my fingers and no picks. And Mac is screaming on it. It's pretty awesome. My buddy Nick, he mixed and mastered it. He's also going to be like our live engineer for the band when we start playing shows out and everything like that. But yeah, I want to show you guys it and see what you think before we officially sign off. If that's cool.
Yeah.
Or we could sign off.
Dude.
Oh, sure, dude.
No.
We'd love to.
Let's hear it, dude.
All right, word. Check this out. So that's like a little sample of what we're working on.
Nice
right
dude.
Now.
I was down.
Super different.
Dude. Yeah, dude. It sounded awesome.
Yeah, it had like it's like there was a genty vibe to a certain aspects of, but it's just like, maybe I shouldn't say genty, but like what the bass would be like in a genty band,
So basically it's, it's all double thumb technique on the bass guitar. Mm-hmm. And then when you're squeezing that into a tone that is distorted with noise gates and all that stuff, that's pretty much what you end up with. That's the kind of sound you're gonna get, is that a bass player feel.
Sick.
The metal stuff, and like, Periphery coined the whole gent thing, or whatever, calling that a gent sound. But yeah, this is basically just all bass guitar, nothing else. No,
I love
guitar
that,
really.
dude. And you heard me earlier. Like, that's what I'm leaning towards. So a project like this is making me want to hear it, you know?
Sick.
I
Sick,
love
yeah.
hearing, I really do enjoy hearing the drum and bass tracks of like albums that I love, just to hear that aspect of it if it's available, you know, if I could find it
Yeah.
on YouTube or it's on a reissue with the bonus tracks and all that kind of shit. Like, those are the things that I gravitate towards, is the bass and the drums together as a unit, and that's all I want to hear. I just want to isolate that, you know.
Yeah, I really want to do that for the next Decrepit record when we're done with the mixes and masters of it. I want to be able to have like, the vocals and guitars with drums, no bass, the bass and drums, the guitars with the guitar solos, and kind of have some stems out there, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
As I think it's cool. I think it's cool for bands to put stems out there and give other people the opportunity to cover their music.
I was just talking about there's
You know, I think that's a big thing. That's a big new step that we should all take in the professional music world, is like, releasing the stems as singles or whatever, so that like somebody
if you're
like
an
me can
electronic
take it.
fan, then you know that people could rip through stems of metal bands and make that shit crazy.
Yeah,
And
totally.
we were just talking about that with Jared from Archaic. Like, he's working on a project where it's a mixture of death metal and electronic, and
That's cool.
I've heard sick remixes of, like, there's this guy Bong Ra. He actually came from a metal band, and I can't fucking remember the name, but he ended up becoming an electronic artist. And Bong Ra, Bong
Yeah.
dash Ra, and he had I forget the name of the album, but he's cutting up Terrorizer. He's cutting up World Downfall, but he's doing it with a jungle remix aesthetic, you know? And you can cut metal records into that style of music or any other style of music. You just you gotta have the mind for it, and you gotta do it right. And
Yeah.
you could fuck it up, or you can hit the fucking G spot where every groove will find homeostasis. Groove will find a homeostasis. Yes, this is the marijuana talk. Groove will find a homeostasis no matter what
Homie.
genre of music. We know it through Bungle. We know it through all these genre.
Love Mr. Bungle.
It's like, it does. The groove is there, and if you can blend the groove perfectly, it's there.
Yeah, that's the approach with this whole project, is like I really wanted to take the aspect of bass playing and apply that to metal, to the
Mm-hmm.
whole concept of metal and what metal is and what we've all perceived it as. And like, I kind of want this to like confuse the shit out of people,
I
really,
like
because they're
confusion.
like, oh, it's genty, oh, it's hardcore, oh, it's kind of death metal-y, it's kind of this, it's kind of that. Like I really want it to be more of like a no, it's its own thing now. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's gonna start doing this eventually. Hopefully, maybe people will start putting different tones on their basses and being like, oh fuck, like this is weird. I could write a whole other type of music, outside of what I thought metal was always supposed to sound like or always be like. You know what I mean?
You
I don't
want
know.
you want people to just know that, like, everything's possible, dude. And this is
Yeah.
my version this is the boundaries that I'm
pushing. Exactly.
at this current time. This is as far as I can reach, and I want to be as close to those boundaries as I can at this time in my life. And if I'm going to create something and put it out, this is as far as I can reach right now. That's it.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pushing the envelopes, like mixing, pushing the envelopes on creating tones, creating live tones, actually practicing tone switching with the bass guitar live, like drastically for like heavy lead sounds and rhythm tones and playing with the backing tracks and all that stuff. And it's interesting. It's a whole new like style. It's a whole new setup, whole new way to play live, a whole new way to have things set up on the stage and have things set up for just, the future. I really like stayed away from a lot of traditional stuff and kind of just, like you said, like went as far as I could go. And this is where I'm at. And I've pushed it even further than that. You know what I mean?
That's the goal. That's where I was going to keep going with that, is like we're going to only keep getting older, so it's like if we're going to continue creating, and it's always about expanding out and stretching as far as we can, we just want to make sure that we're not feeling like we can't get to at least where we were, but like we always want to be past that, even if it's just a little bit, like get through that one barrier. Because if once you feel like you can't get that, it's like, oh man, I didn't always want to get just 1% better.
Dude, and that's the difference. I mean, as long as you always want it, like you'll be receiving it as you want it if you always want something. You know what I mean? If you really want to get somewhere in life at all, like you just have to really desire it and keep desiring it, and then it'll just manifest because you've been desiring it so much, and you're like, oh shit, now I could do this because I've just been like constantly trying to do it. Now I'm doing it. Okay, cool. Yeah, and it's funny because I talked to man, one of the old guitar players for Amir a long time ago, and he was actually trying to figure out something like this as well. And a couple other people in the industry have been like, what if we make a metal bass band? And like people have toyed with trying to make a bass guitar and distortion tones have that same or similar impact to a guitar sound and a guitar distortion tone. So like this EP, it's 5 songs and an intro, and basically I've tried my very best to get that representation to happen. But I think this is a good way to like bridge that gap into this kind of stuff and into this writing and to show that perspective, because it's gonna it's like I said, it's confusing. Like you don't really know whether it's death metal or not, or like you don't know what to call it. You won't know if you like it or not. It's gonna be one of those things I think people like listen to it a bunch.
This is not at all along the lines of what you're talking about, but just thinking about another project that I recently mentioned on the podcast, and it's a band that didn't have a guitar player. It was a bass player, drummer. Bass player did vocals, and they also had the electronic. This guy, Man is the Bastard, is the band that I'm talking about, and he literally, the guy, instead of a guitar player, it was a guy who had like a toggle like joystick that you would use for a video game, but he had like rigged it to make this weird frequency noise that you bend the stick back and forth and it would be faster and slower. And listen to me. Yeah, dude, but you're just making me think of Man is the Bastard and distortion on bass, and that being like the main string instrument, the only stringed instrument in the band. So check out Man is the Bastard, because they get heavy as shit without a guitar player, dude.
That's awesome. Yeah. See, I like that stuff. I like hearing like bands push the envelopes, and not necessarily just with bass. Like it's just, it's an element. Like I think there's a lot of cool stuff people could do with woodwinds now, and and brass instruments and things like that too, like electronically. And it's pretty intense. Like nowadays you see a lot of people starting to incorporate that in their music.
The word heavy is definitely flexible now.
Yeah, it's way more flexible now.
Yeah,
way more, but more in like our generation and all that. I think it's become more like open-ended, where like it's like, all right, well, this is kind of what heavy means to me, and that's what it means to you. Well, that's cool. Where like back in the day, it's like, no, you have to hear this is way heavier than this. Like, no way. I don't know. That's how I kind of feel like in the 90s, people were more like competitive about who's got the better music. You know what I mean? And nowadays there's like so much of it. It's just like, all right,
Just make it for you first, dude. That's what it is.
What's everyone's idea, you know? So it's like I think people are gravitating towards like who's got like the more, I don't know, idea that's in line with what their ideas are or their inspirations are. You know what I mean? And that's cool too. So
Totally.
Trying to
just keep making shit, dude. Everybody, just don't stop. That's what I say. Don't stop. No matter what you want to do, don't stop making it, dude. Just fucking make whatever you want to make. It doesn't even matter what we've been rapping about for what now? 2 hours and 20 minutes on this stream. Probably another 20 minutes on the first one. Either way.
Yeah. So
don't stop going to shows. Don't stop writing.
Yeah.
Don't stop
supporting.
Don't
support what you love. Do what you love.
Yeah.
Support your friends' podcasts.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks again for coming on, Sean, dude. We're stoked to fucking have you on and talk about new shit, and can't wait to see you guys coming down. And I definitely want to come to the San Diego show. I think you guys are playing in San Diego, right?
I believe so. I don't remember the dates because I never remember the dates, but we will be in California playing
for sure. If not,
venues on certain dates
Sacramento
during
show,
July or August.
That Sacramento show, I want to go.
Sweet.
To.
Yeah.
But
July 8th.
Yep, that is the first show. So that's the one you guys are coming down to?
Well, I'm closer. Casey's down in San Diego. I'm in the Bay, so I can make it. But like I said, I have people up in Sacramento. So
sick. Well, we'll definitely be ripping it up, having a good time. Bill will be there, not jumping off of stages.
Yes. Yeah. Keep those legs intact, Bill.
Yeah, we have a no jumping policy for Bill now. Sign a contract if he fucking takes one leap.
Funny.
That's it.
And it sucks because he was a surfer, dude. So it's like that leg was very important to him when he got back.
You know
on
what?
Tour.
I have to say though, out of everybody in the band, probably everybody in the death metal industry, Bill is probably like one of the healthiest, strongest guys out there, man. Like he fucking did all that shit to his leg and his hip and stuff. And he was telling me the last time I was out there, he's like walking around, no problem, surfing, body surfing.
It's amazing, dude.
Like,
no, it's not. It's not body surfing. It's dick dragging, dude. It's dick dragging.
No, he's not a dick dragger.
He's not a dick dragger.
By the way, I'm a boogie boarder.
Casey.
Dude, it's so fun. Why wouldn't you?
I'm just kidding. I'm very disappointed. You know what? You should be a foil boarder instead. I want to try that. You should try that.
Disgrace. But yeah,
I think I'm a snowboarder, skater, so I've never been up on a surfboard, but I think I can get it down. That whole. If I've done skating and snowboarding, like the dynamics are there.
You guys literally are from California. It's like your birthright.
Dude, my fucking but it's so fucking cold out on my beach. I'm a pussy. I guess I'm a pussy then.
What's cold?
I don't know.
Fahrenheit.
My ocean.
My ocean. But like, you know, what's the temperature?
It's freezing up there. It's cold.
I don't even know, dude.
Like 30, 40?
No. 50? See, maybe.
It's
that's fucking hot, dude. That's warm as hell to me.
Dude, see, I knew you were gonna make me feel like a fucking puss. I'm a pussy.
Dude,
why don't you come over? You guys should come out here for a couple of days.
Okay, let's talk in Hawaii. Let's fly out to Hawaii. Then I'll fucking go. I'll go with you.
Go to Hawaii?
Rock my board short. Yeah, dude, let's go to Hawaii.
You know how much gas is in Hawaii right now? It's probably like fucking $13 a gallon.
We'll just walk as soon as we get there.
They probably
we'll rent your fucking what do you got? You got an electric fucking motorcycle or
I don't have it yet. I want one. But
you got to buy. That's what you want.
The electric bicycle thing.
The electric bicycle. Yeah, we'll get some of those when we get there.
We'll just buy a bunch of $5,000 electric bikes and cruise around the island.
Yeah, do the road dog.
That'd be
Why
sick.
not? That actually would be sick, dude.
I'd be so down, honestly. I would save up for some
backpacks and that's it,
like that.
dude. And just like fucking one-man tents, we sleep on the beach.
You guys got to come out to Long Island in the middle of January when it is the coldest time of the year for us and experience 10-degree weather. Yeah.
No, I don't want to experience it though.
Well, you should, because then when you go back home to your 50-degree weather, you'll be like, I see. I appreciate this now. I appreciate this so much more. Because like that's how I felt whenever I tour in Canada in the wintertime, like northern Canada, it's fucking cold. And then like to me it's cold. And then you come back here and it's like 30 degrees and you're like,
have you ever ice fished? Did you ever ice fish?
No.
No.
Fuck that.
There's even a boundary for him, dude.
There's like people out here who like live in the fucking cold. They love it. I hate the cold, but
yeah,
50 degrees to me is like pretty nice.
Yeah, we get to 50. We get in the 40s and shit in winter, but no 30s. 30s, no, never freezing. Never freezing.
That's what it freezes. Yeah.
There was a couple of nights where it was like 4 degrees.
Outside here. I think 35 is like the lowest I've ever experienced at home. 35.
That's not bad. That's not bad, dude.
Yeah.
That's warm. Get outside more, guys. Come on.
Hey.
Get off the podcast. What time is it over there?
All right, I'm gonna go outside right now.
That's what I mean. You should hang up the phones and the computers.
I'm hanging up all the phones. It's actually it's only not even 10 o'clock yet. 3 minutes to 10.
The sun's still up over there in California, right? It's not even 10 o'clock.
Come on, Anthony.
All right, let's wrap it up, dude. Thank you so much for fucking hanging out until 1 o'clock. What is 1 o'clock for you?
Yeah, it's 3 to 1, dude. 3 minutes. You guys got 3 fucking minutes to wrap this shit up. Past my bedtime.
That's all good, dude. We're training you for all the late nights you're gonna have on tour, dude.
I know. I'm looking forward to it, but I definitely need my beauty sleep.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, sleep is very important when you're on tour, dude.
Especially after a shower in the truck stop. Dude,
shower at the truck stop, dude. Bring your flip flops, dude.
That's what I mean.
Bring your shower flip flops, dude.
After showering at the truck stop, you need your beauty rest. That's very important.
Oh yeah, need a shower. Definitely make you want a nap, dude.
Yeah, and then watching Bill sleep is like the best way to fall asleep.
Yeah.
If the closer you could sleep to Bill, the better you will sleep on tour. That's what I've heard.
Does he use his dreads as like a pillow? No matter where he's at, he always has a pillow.
His dreads are they're like feelers to the universe. They like.
Oh yeah, definitely. I've seen him actually. It's a few of them actually extend out when they really catch a certain frequency.
Yeah, when he inhales, like they just fucking.
No, when he does his "I am the kingdom of God" speech in between songs, dude, the static electricity is so heavy that it lifts the dreads, dude.
I have to say, like at that before we go, that last show we played for my like bass solo part in Hieroglyphic, Bill started doing his energy transferring stuff.
Oh yeah, I remember
his Bill solo hands.
Yeah,
dude, I felt so powerful.
Yeah,
I've never felt.
That's how you start a cult, dude. That's how you start a cult, dude.
As you should.
Playing the solo, and you just feel like these waves of Bill coming at you. It's like all different angles. Bill's like hitting your face.
Nope.
It's fucked up. But
it's definitely an experience that we've all experienced. Bill's always been a sick front man, dude.
I remember when the first time he did that.
Really?
Because I'm an old fart. I'm an old fart. And I remember, dude, we were like, what was that? And then it was like, oh, Bill's doing his magic, dude.
His Bill magic.
It's whatever it was, like, whoa, okay. And it was just like, from then on, it was like this crazy, oh, shit.
Yeah. Dude, it works, man. I think, honestly, Matt plays his solos tighter when Bill does that.
Really?
I swear to God.
I
swear to God. Like Matt like looks over his peripheral and sees Bill just like feeding him the energy. And like, yeah, dude, when I was playing my solo, I was like, I'm gonna nail this. I have the sweep coming up. Everything's gonna be fine. And it was great.
It's fucking weed, dude. Weed's the foundation of all that, dude.
It's weed. It's weed and Bill.
It's weed and Bill, dude. He's the kingdom of God. Marijuana is the kingdom of the forest of God. He's He's all got it intertwined, dude. And he gives
sick.
it through Decrepit Birth lens.
That's sick. But thanks guys for having me. I'm gonna go to bed. It's 1 a.m.
Yeah, we're all
on the
going
East
to bed,
Coast.
dude. You stuck it out way longer than me did, dude.
Dude, 10 o'clock at night, you're going to bed?
Well, by the
Oh,
way, if
hell
you're
yeah,
feeling
dude.
tired, I mean, you could go to bed, or you could drink some Battle Forge coffee.
Yeah.
Battleforgecoffee.com if you need a little.
I didn't say it in the beginning, dude. Sorry,
Battle
guys.
Forge coffee apparently will wake you up even at 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, no doubt, dude. That's
If you want
fire.
to, if you want to binge watch Netflix shows at 10 o'clock at night on the West Coast, get Battle Forge coffee.
I'm gonna go watch Raised by Wolves season 2.
Like you could go to bed or you could go to battle.
Dude, that's a good one.
Or you could battle nightmares with your coffee somehow.
That's extreme.
By staying up, and actually that's how you don't have Freddy Krueger attack you. You just don't go to sleep. Battleforge coffee will keep you from Freddy Krueger, dude.
Dude, there's so much battling going on.
All right, dudes and gals and all y'all motherfucker human and non-humans that have been listening to this in the future and present. Love you all. We will
Thanks,
be here
all
next
6
week.
of you.
Yeah, dude. Sean, thank you so much again for giving us your time, dude.
Hell yeah.
And
yeah, dude.
Go catch Decrepit Birth on tour, motherfuckers, and this summer.
Yes, sir.
Let's catch up again soon, guys.
Fuck yeah,
dude. No doubt.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys next week. Rock on.
Rock and roll.